Hello, everybody. Sorry we started a couple minutes late. We just got the news that James Earl Jones passed away at 93. And I usually don't talk about like actor deaths, but it kind of messed us up a little bit just now. Kind of threw off our vibe, killed our hype levels like immediately. So we just got to start with that.
I think it's one of those things where, like, even though he is old age, it's one of those we're not expecting it. It's like like when it's like similar things when like Toriyama and Stan Lee passed away. It's one of those you're just having a casual day, then you heard it. It's like what?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
more I even tweeted that. I was like, I knew he lived a long life, but it still hurts.
Yeah, it does. It does. And then I had to like psych us back up to work on the show, and yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky when that happens. Like literally, like what, it was less than 10 minutes before we were going live, so it's just like, dang. Anyways, James Earl Jones left incredible legacy in the history of filmmaking, and yeah, the inevitability of death got to him today, and it makes me sad. And I don't know how else to put it because I haven't had really time to process it.
Yeah, exactly.
That being said, guys, we have a stacked show of. I can't point. I still can't point. There we go. Tiny news stories. There's just a lot of them. I don't know how to begin. I forgot to introduce you guys. See, I'm all thrown off now. Introduce yourselves. Say hello.
Hello, it's I, the Ryan, and that's Kaus over there.
Well, I could say I'm Kaus.
Yeah.
Or are you?
Oh man, no, there's oh yeah, fight Earl Kaus. Yeah, you gotta watch out for him.
Your evil doppelganger duplicate.
One that
what's Kaus backwards? Souse?
Soaks, I think.
Soaks. Where he had the evil goatee.
Now I'm just thinking of Socrates, the great philosopher.
Instead of King of Tuesdays, is what? Street Thursdays?
Probably, or like
something like that.
Peasant of Wednesdays.
Peasant of Wednesdays.
What kind of fighting game is that?
It's when we play
whatever poverty fighter it is. I don't know. Fight Kate only like
that's my like favorite like meme format I saw on Twitter is the I was like, oh, do you have like Miles and Peter? Oh, do you have like do you have blank and no, like, do you have Guilty Gear? No, we have like assaulted like Cog or something like that. And
we have best of best, and we play it every Wednesday.
Yeah,
and that's a funny knockoff game you got to look up at some point.
What's Soundout?
Best of best.
What's Soundout? Like what's Soundout backwards? Wait, let me see.
Odnos.
I feel like at some point we're gonna start incantating stuff like we're Zatanna. Like,
oh god, it's like
it is tus uns. Tud un. What's his like? What's that back? What's his backwards thing? Like, is that like what is he like? What's his backwards thing? Is he like an Image Comic Legends collector or something like that?
I don't know. Anyways, on that note, would you like to say hi to everybody in our chat? We have like little pre-show stuff. So
also, thank you, Jamie's World, for joining the channel memberships.
Yes, if you'd like to join the channel memberships for yourself, there's cool perks like early access to videos, member-exclusive live streams, and special shout-outs. And I feel like I need to add more to it, but I haven't yet. But, you know, always evolving and going forward. So thank you to all the channel members. If you'd like to join button down below. It'll convert all the prices into your local currency. It's really nice and convenient. I'm not planning to start a Patreon anytime soon because of weird stuff Patreon's doing with their business. So we're just going to stick to channel memberships for now. Because like every time I think about doing a Patreon as like an additional thing, like they'll be like, and now we're taking 30% upcharge from Apple users or something. And it's like, okay, I don't want to deal with that company. Dealing with YouTube's enough. Also, it's all integrated into the channel, so it's a lot less work on my end. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, if you want to read down our participants in the chat, that'd be great. Then we'll get into some other stuff.
Hey, speaking of welcome, Benjamin Wiseman, Forever One, Triple O, Jamie's World, Jojo Star, Kaiju 1954, LPH, MJ Klein, Nicky Soul Man, Spiders Prime, SJ4 Jason, and Hellfire.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna minimize the outline for a moment. Put up this. I saw Beetlejuice yesterday. I gotta try to talk about a review. How do I review a movie without spoilers? Hold on, let me think about it. Okay, so this is like a perfect Beetlejuice sequel because it's incredibly like, and I say all this affectionately. It's gross, it's irreverent, it's a little horrifying, it's manic, bonkers, zany, and it's funny because I think that like if you try to break down the plot or the script or the character arcs, it all starts to fall to pieces. But it's so overwhelmingly charming because of like it's mostly practical effects and it's just the vibe is just Halloween. It's just a Halloween vibe. So I'm like, I just went to a party. If I look back on that party, I'll be like, you know, everybody got too drunk and it got a little too insane. But
it sounds like just a fun. It sounds like just a fun movie.
Effects.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was a great show. There was a lot of puppetry. There was stop motion work. There was.
It's still Burton directing, right?
Yeah, Burton was still directing. It just there's some story choices that I'm just like, could have done that a little better. But there's a lot of great stuff in it. So it's like it's one of those movies where it's like if I'm rating it like on a critic scale, I'm like it's like here. But then like a fan scale who loves Halloween, it's like way up here because I really enjoyed it. Spin Dash says any reference to the developmental hell version of Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian. Without any spoilers, I will say that animals that live around Hawaii were involved in the plot twice.
Oh, okay.
I'll leave you with that.
How's Willem Dafoe in the film?
Willem Dafoe, it's so funny because I don't think Willem Dafoe makes any impact on the plot, but he's just there and he's amazing. It's like they just wanted to have Willem Dafoe in the movie.
Good.
See, Kaiju 1954 said it perfectly. Honestly, the movie was just so much fun. The noticeable flaws didn't even bother me. Exactly. It was pretty cool because there was just like Willem Dafoe was great. He had one of my favorite gag in the whole movie involved Willem Dafoe's character, and I don't want to spoil it because you have to see it for yourself. Because you don't even realize it's a gag for like half the movie. It's pretty awesome. Muteki said, how much screen time did Beetlejuice have? In the original film, yeah, he only has like less than 20 minutes of screen time. Here he has a lot more. They use him a lot more in this movie. It's kind of like the passage of time. They're like, we know the audience wants to see more Beetlejuice. There's some sequences in this movie that run longer than I ever thought they would, and I can't decide if that's a good or bad thing yet. There's one sequence in particular that runs long enough that I'm trying to figure out, is this a bit that it's running this long, or do they just not know when to stop themselves? Like, I'm just not exactly sure. But yeah, it's great, and just like with the first movie, Catherine O'Hara is the funniest person in the whole thing. She is.
Do they reference the cartoon?
You can't reference the cartoon because in the original Beetlejuice movie, Beetlejuice is a predator to Lydia, and then in the cartoon, they're like best BFFs going on adventures. And stuff.
Yeah, in the cartoon, yep.
And there's like a thing that like legally, like what is it? There's like a thing that like there's a law that you can't have a human enter the afterlife. It's called like an illegal crossing. And so, like, the cartoon just having them bounce back and forth from the afterlife just is completely negated here. And in this movie, they didn't tone Beetlejuice down. He is still a predator. He's still a villain. He's not suddenly a good person because nostalgia has made him that way.
Like the cartoon?
Like the cartoon, yeah.
What was the
I remember I used to watch the cartoon first as a kid, and then I saw the movie, and I was like, whoa, what is... I thought he was a good...
I rewatched the first movie and I tried to go watch the cartoon and I couldn't even get past the intro. I was like,
I used to watch the cartoon a lot. But yeah.
Watch the movie, I'm like, oh. I don't know, it's like, what was the Teen Titans Go episode called? Like, Nostalgia Can't Replace Story or something like
that? Nostalgia is not a replacement for a story. It's like that. Also funny because Beetlejuice was in Teen Titans Go, where he was the animated show design voiced by the guy who played him on Broadway.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Anyways, I had a huge blast with the movie. Muteki says, "Is Monica Bellucci hot in the film?" Why would you even ask that? We all know Monica Bellucci is hot. That's actually probably like 90% of the reason she's in the movie. Like she's in the movie to just look beautiful and serve looks and be a threat because she's like an antagonist.
Is the dude from when Beatrice was in the waiting room in the movie? The guy with this really tiny head.
Oh, there are. If you like shrunken heads on people, you're gonna love this movie. There is a lot of shrunken head guys in this movie. Hey, Jeremy Carr and Corey Robinson. I recommend it if you catch it sometime in the next month if you're going for Halloween vibe. I know people have been speculating that they're going to drop it on digital like before Halloween, and I think that's a smart strategy. Yeah, JB's Road. There's a ton of references to the previous movie because it's a direct sequel. It takes place, takes place 30 some odd years later. But
speaking of things we watch, can I ask, do you watch the finale of Code Geass, Rose the Recapture? Question?
Oh yeah, I did. Should I get a graphic for that, or should I just be like, there was a new Code Geass show, guys?
What do you feel about it? How do you personally feel about that ending? Because it kind of soured the whole show for me personally.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just me being like old mecha critic.
Okay, thank God, because
okay, so when I update my anime list after finishing Code Geass, Rose the Recapture, and I had originally gone, that show was like a solid 8, and then I went and watched the finale, and I was like, I'm giving it a 7, and that's generous.
It's so frustrating because I legitimately, I was really like that show. I really like Sakia and Ash as characters. They were like, I think, fantastic, and I think the action and such was really good. I think the story was good. That ending, that ending rubbed me so wrong because how they handled the characters there. Like,
it kind of it went from like, I was like, maybe this is a show that can stand at the same level as the original Code Geass.
Well, let's just say you're far from the only one who thinks that way. I'm seeing.
Oh yeah, okay.
You're far from the only one.
I liked most of the show. The ending was just like, why are we doing this? Like, it was...
I know, right? There were so many things they didn't need to do.
There were so many things they didn't need to do. I felt like they were just like, well, the previous 2 Code Geass shows had tragic endings. Let's do it again!
It's also, man, it really needed to extend. I know these were movies, but God, like, it just, like, I know Sunrise Love been doing that stupid, let's extend, give new endings things for a bit now,
Yeah.
but can we give that for Rose? Can we get like a new ending? Because like it really needs a new ending. Like legitimately, because like
they already had to give the original Code Geass a new ending. Why not give
Rose? Yeah,
I mean, we should also give Akito a new ending as well.
Yeah, because the things they did in the ending did not match what they were setting things up in their previous episodes.
Yeah,
I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it. But, like, I was so frustrated with the decisions that, like, it really soured the whole show, which just sucks, because I was not someone who was into Code Geass, but then watching Rose really got me interested in it, because I was legitimately enjoying it that much, and then into that final episode, which just so sucks. It's that kind of bad, sucky feeling to have.
Yep. I have had that happen to me 20 times in the mecha genre. I love it, and then the final episode happens. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I haven't felt this sour on the ending of an anime for a while now, so like it really shows.
Infinite ask a question: do you believe that there are some characters hidden or erased in the Sonic Tree to prevent spoilers? No, I think people are gaslighting themselves to think there are.
No Way Home really gaslit.
No Way Home traumatized the internet, but like there was with No Way Home, there was already like hard substantiated rumors that there were other people in the movie, and you could tell when they were cut out. Whereas Sonic 3 doesn't have any of that, and there's just nothing in those shots that looks like something was removed. Like, I looked at people's videos and I'm like, what are you guys seeing that I'm not?
Knuckles is like, they're not, but somehow they're not like the trio was not centered. There's clearly they clearly are a bit off center to fit a 4th person.
How dare there be artistic license in the positioning of characters? Soulman says, meanwhile, Grandizer U remains unlicensed. Untrue. It has been licensed. But
was it in a different
it's
country?
completely controlled by the Saudi Arabia prince who funded it.
Yeah.
There is a way to watch it with AI translated English subs.
Ugh.
It is officially available.
No thanks.
That's not how I recommend watching it. I'm personally just not going to watch it because I really want to see the original Grandizer, but nobody can license that thing for some reason.
Because it came out the original Grandizer that was released under it was like a different U.S. localized name, wasn't it, in the United States?
It was something different, yeah.
Oh, so you're old enough.
About Grandizer?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
was Grandizer brought over here? I know it's huge in Italy.
I don't think it ever was.
Because I know Tranzor Z was what they brought Mazinger
Yes,
over.
Mazinger was Tranzor, and I know that because my dad watched it a lot.
Wasn't Grandizer in the Shogun Warriors toy line?
I believe it was because a lot of Shogun Warriors were mecha that we didn't even necessarily get the shows of, but we still got their toys.
That's why we're never going to get that Marvel comic reprinted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shogun Warriors, man.
Infinite says, but Soundout could be a No Way Home situation. It could be, but it doesn't have the backing No Way Home did.
Yes, it was part of Shogun Warrior.
Okay, so it was just part of Shogun Warriors. But yeah, the thing is the problem is that with the No Way Home thing is that you had like leaked set photos and stuff, whereas like with Sonic, there's nothing. There's no substantiated evidence to say that there's another animal character in the movie. And because this isn't a Sony movie that's going to cram everything into a third movie as possible, I don't think there's no room for anybody else. There's no room for Amy or Rouge because we're doing Shadow stuff. We're doing Shadow stuff. We're doing Jim Carrey stuff.
Put them in for the plot of this movie.
Yeah.
And I would, and to be really honest, because I do agree we do need the girls because it is such a sausage fest right now. But I just don't think there's room with the story they're telling to fit Rouge or Amy in the story.
Yeah.
In because if they were in, they're gonna get sidelined so hard.
And I'd rather them not do that.
And people already had that problem with Tails in Sonic 2 when he got sidelined like Knuckles. So like I'd rather I just think I'd rather not have more characters be sidelined like that again. Because it's like it was a hard balance to do Tails and Knuckles Sonic 2. I think them doing Shadow and Amy or Rouge, I don't think it would be I think honestly a disservice.
Also like Spendash said, you have Lizard being punched by an invisible Spider-Man. Yeah, there's nothing in the trailers that is as noticeable as Lizard's head recoiling out of nowhere for no reason.
Well, he just wants to be a turtle, okay?
Yeah, exactly. So it just anyways, what were we talking about?
I don't know. There was a dude revving up his motorcycle outside so much, like people were choking on the fumes because he had to smoke everywhere.
Sounds like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Maybe.
Let's see. TMNT Sonic fans, speaking of Sonic Prime, have you picked up the Sonic Prime Blu-rays? No, I'm waiting.
For a complete set, yeah.
Yeah, because
I think they would complete set.
I bought Sonic Boom like 3 times because
I don't see why they
Circle re-released it. I think once they put out Season 3, then they'll put out a complete set like they did with Sonic Boom. So I'm like, I'm just going to wait. Because I don't like Sonic Prime enough to buy it multiple times.
Besides, it's all meant to be one show.
Exactly.
I hate that so much.
Slobo says, have you seen any Sonic 3 merch? You tell me when I did a video last week on the first wave of 5-inch figures.
What happened? Yeah, what happened?
That was the slickest transition I've done in a while. Gotta give me some points for that.
I told you those toys were good, but you kept ignoring what I was saying.
I know. I didn't want to rebuy. Because of Hasbro mostly, I don't want to rebuy things I already have mood. And then now I'm like, no, I'll rebuy all the things. These are amazing.
I told you Tails had articulated tails and everything like that.
Yes.
But you didn't listen.
No, because I didn't want to buy toys a second time. It has worked out in this instance because these are so much better. Whereas like some other things, I'm like, I don't want to I don't want to rebuy stuff that's exactly the same. These are just so much better. They're still sitting on my desk. They passed the desk test of that. We also had a Discotek video last week, which was about 4 weeks earlier than I'd planned it, because Crunchyroll was like, "They're in here, have them," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
It was just it was a really fun talk about the Hitman stuff. I think that's like favorite part of the video.
Yes, I will admit, I was like, we're gonna talk about Scheider, and I talked longer about Hitman Reborn.
I think it's like, because like I think it's more just a fun like look back at the 2000s, how things were, which show the because nowadays but thanks to like stuff like the Shonen Jump app and such like that, or Manga Plus, you don't have to worry about a series getting lost and was not getting translated, but like versus now, so. Yeah,
I looked up the Bobobo manga situation. Because I said in the video like Bobo only had one manga volume. It had one volume, and it was volume 14.
Wait, what? Okay.
It was. I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Was that like they brought one volume of Bobo over, and it was 14. I was like, what? And then they were like, we're not licensing anymore due to content problems. I'm like, what is in that manga? I watched the show. The show wasn't like offensive. It aired on Toonami.
I imagine it's a lot more. It's just a bunch of crude humor.
My guess is that it actually the manga had a lot more pop culture references, because the mangaka on Bobobo would call in friends. That's where that art of Yugi popping out of Bobobo's hair comes from.
Yeah,
because he asked Takahashi to draw a cutaway gag.
And
I wonder if that was the issue, was the licensing of the cameos.
Was Yu-Gi-Oh? Because it's so weird because you think, they own Viz owns a majority of Shonen Jump's catalog, so you think that wouldn't have been a problem, but it's still it's still there's still gotta be that giant. We must contact you to order say okay, because like the big example of that is Jump Force game. That got delisted, and you go like, why was that delisted? Bandai owns like 90% of its properties, and that's because of licensing. Even though you think that doesn't make sense. They own majority of those licenses. Well, still, it's still licenses. It's a complicated thing.
Mr. Tanuki can't stick around today, but we'll catch the VOD later. Hello, Mr. Tanuki, watching the VOD later. Okay, anyways.
Kaiju, is Viz owned by Shueisha? No.
Yes.
Are they?
Viz is owned by Shueisha, yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure because
people are always worried about Sony buying Viz, and I'm like, it can't. Shueisha exists, and Shueisha owns Viz.
Yeah, I think the biggest confusion with that is because sometimes Viz does not release all of it. Because sometimes a lot of Viz is Jump. A lot of their stuff that wasn't even in Shonen Jump doesn't get published by Viz. It gets published by Seven Seas, for example. So that's why some people don't. It's always weird.
It's also more specifically not just Shueisha, but ShowPro Entertainment, which is the Shueisha and Shogakukan. Yeah, this company, ShowPro, they own Viz.
Copyright is a very tricky business.
Yep. But yeah, a Japanese company owns Viz.
It's like how Bandai. It's like how go back to Bandai again. Even though they own a lot of IPs, own the rights to a bunch of Shueisha's IPs, they're very specific. They only have anime licenses. Anime licenses, not manga licenses. That's why they can air.
And it's so weird because the One Piece card game uses manga art constantly, and I don't know what makes that different from everything else One Piece being.
Anime. It's so because Xenoverse or any of the Dragon Ball games can't use the super manga, but at the same time, because someone brings this up, where it's how it goes if they cannot touch manga stuff, then how come Ultra Ninja Storm 4 adapted the final chapters of original Naruto way before the anime did scenario? Because wait, if they can touch that, how come they can't touch the other scenarios?
Spin Dash mentioned the Japanese Pokemon can't get released. It's because Pokemon Company, like you said. Pokemon Company is incredibly specific about how the way the Pokemon product looks. And they don't want the Japanese version anywhere else. They want, and this is true for all regions, you get your region's Pokemon dub, and that's it. That's how they approach it. They're like, there's one version of Pokemon, and it's this version.
Because
listening to some of the 4Kids Flashback podcasts, they were talking about how a lot of the changes. Welcome, Toma. A lot of the changes to the show were requested by the Japanese company because what they wanted to do was have the show be completely completely indistinct of a specific culture, so they could drop the show into all the different territories they wanted to have Pokemon in, and then make that a localized dub that matches every country's culture, so that kids can instantly relate to it. That's the idea behind Pokemon.
I think that was before they decided. That was way before they
streaming.
What, Kels?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. That was way before they decided. Okay, we'll just make Pokemon its own world, with its own language and all that stuff.
In fact, because 4Kids was not just distributing the show in America, but was also distributing it in other countries, that's what gave the Japanese company the idea to kind of make the Pokemon world and remove all the Japanese references after the first season.
Yeah. It's like, because that's the thing. I think some people don't realize, sadly, about English releases, dubs, translation, all that stuff. It always had to be approved by the parent company. I think some people, especially all those, it's essentially all those people, blah, English stuff, boo, they keep changing stuff for blah, blah, blah. That would have been approved. That thing you didn't like was approved by the parent company. AK, they're fine with that change.
Also, in most cases, for, because I won't speak to every person that works in localization, but pretty much everybody that works in localization wants to make an authentic adaptation and translation of what they work on, but they get overruled by either their company or the Japanese company. It happens.
Yeah, I think people try to make some dumbass the translator.
It's not a big conspiracy, really. It really isn't a big conspiracy. It's just corporations are going to go yes, no, and just that's how they decide things.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? People think, they try to put their own politics. It's like, no, because the translator probably saw that. Go, that's what
is one way to think about it like this. Sound out like the chain of command can get confusing, but their thought process are not as. You're overthinking that part.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on there?
Yeah, and that's the thing is, and ultimately at the end of the day, if you're somebody that's like, I want the pure experience, learn Japanese.
Yeah, learn Japanese.
Any translation, and I mean any translation of a language to another language, any translation, that is an adaptation via localization. Because Japanese and English are not languages that are compatible the way English Spanish are, or Spanish Italian. The whole syntax of the Japanese language is completely different. So you cannot have a direct translation from Japanese to English.
Or also sound broken.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll sound all backwards. Everything will be out the mouth.
And that's the problem with AI. And that's the problem with AI translation.
That's why AI translations of Japanese shows can't get it done. Yeah, because it's syntax problems. Toma can speak to this because Toma's Hero Club's resident translator. And as Toma said, she said, nope, they are certainly not the same. Yeah, whole syntax is different. You can't do it directly. If you want to have the pure experience of Japanese media, you have to learn Japanese.
And especially dubbing it to a different language. How do you adapt something like Osakan? What's the equivalent of Osakan dialect or something like that?
And then there's other things
Japanese tics.
Then you have to match lip flaps. You have to match because sometimes a sentence will be quicker in Japanese, so then you have to make a shorter version. Yeah.
Or jokes that do not make sense in English.
Exactly. That's why the Bobobo dub is the way it is, because 90% of the jokes in the Japanese version won't make sense if you don't know the cultural context. Yeah.
Puns upon puns.
Yeah. That's why the Discotek guys almost broke their authoring software doing the subs for the Japanese version of Bobobo. Because it was a lot. Yeah, and Shellfire says, I low-key want to learn Japanese because there's just so many things I want to read, experience, but it's too niche for someone to translate. I'm up there with you. Yeah, there's some stuff that I'd love to read or watch that.
We're just now getting some nice manga translation of the original Kini Command manga.
I want to circle us back around before moving on, because Spin Dash. Because I appreciate this compliment from Spin Dash. She said, to be fair, that Reborn situation needed a deep dive explanation. I don't think Discotek explained it too well on the stream. I think it needed to be marketed more as OVA first, 3 one-time dubbed episodes as a bonus feature. That's kind of how it really feels, because that disc is like, it's supposed to be just like a little bit of a treat, and yet I think people still think it's a preview of a dub.
Yeah, no.
It's not. They're never going to dub it.
Even if that sells a lot, even if that sells well, that's not enough to commission a 200 episode dub.
Exactly. Let's see. Toma says not only translate but also have a proofreader who can read through for mistakes. Yes, that's a big thing too. That's why you see, like, when there's one person that's credited as doing a translation on something, sometimes it can be a little rough because they haven't had a second voice to go, would this make more sense if we had it this way, or tweak it that way? Yeah, Axel Ranger said, what a coincidence, just got my Bobo Blu-ray yesterday. I'm glad you did. That show is bizarre.
I love Bobo. But yeah, going back to
and last thing here, Thomas says, I suggest getting reading and conversation books for anyone wanting to learn Japanese, especially once you studied hiragana and katakana, plus a bit of kanji. That's also the tricky part about the language, is the different ways it's written. 2
letters,
Take that suggestion to heart if you really want to learn, because like Sana said, she actually does speak. She's not a translator, so
it's one thing to be able to translate the written word, or one thing to be able to translate phrases, but the actual conversation, whole different thing. For sure. Yeah. Anyways,
and going back to Reborn, it's like, that thing is like, especially it came out in 2006. I think that around 2006 is when adaptation dubs, or like dubs made for like Cartoon Network, were stopped becoming a ding.
Toonami died in 2007. 4Kids was dead in like 2008.
So
it was like
really,
at the tail end of
2007. Wow.
Yeah.
And I don't think Hitman, like, I don't think you could have done like an adaptation dub for Hitman, because it's the Mafia. I don't know how you make the Mafia child friendly.
I think you could have made it work on Toonami, maybe, but again, Toonami died.
Yeah.
Because at the time that the show started airing, Toonami was only Saturday nights. At that point, it wasn't the weekday show anymore, and they were getting away with stuff with Naruto. They weren't even editing Naruto anymore.
And I don't think Hitman's not. I don't think Hitman is mature, well, quote unquote mature enough to be on Adult Swim, like Bleach, for example.
Yeah, it wasn't a Bleach level. It was like still between Naruto and Bleach, like content wise.
Yeah, it was still like, it still have a very kids feel to it, but it does have enough edge to be a bit older.
Yeah, because even the manga was under Shonen Jump Advanced instead of just regular Shonen Jump. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that it was enough grandeur to say dub that for Toonami like Bleach.
I think it would have been if it had come out like 2 or 3 years earlier.
Yeah.
I think it just came at the wrong time when that era just was dying. Which is sad. I do wish Viz had finished the manga, and
I know, right?
that would have at least probably still been on the Shonen Jump app, whereas like now you can't read any of it officially.
Yeah, I know, which is the sucky part of the most. Yeah.
Anyways, moving on, because I think we've lasted longer on that topic than I wanted to.
It was interesting.
It was a good topic. It's a good topic. It's not that. It's just, I was like, I gotta move us along, or else we'll stay on the. I could talk about Reborn and anime and shonen stuff from my my growing up years for like days. It wouldn't be hard. Cabal Pack review went up in the shorts department, and I also did this short where my hair was wild. Do you guys see my hair in this video?
It does look Luffy.
It was out of control, just like Luffy. I was like,
it was intentional.
That was just how my hair turned out that day. I didn't even plan for it to be as wild as it was. It was just like that kind of day. It was meant to be.
Speaking of Doom, have you seen that hilarious video of someone like actually being Doom on YouTube talking about why Reed sucks? I love that video.
Yes, I love the Reed beef video.
It's so accurate.
Every time I'm like, the internet was a mistake, something like that comes along. I'm like, oh no, there's good stuff. There's good stuff on the internet. More shorts to come. I haven't decided if I'm doing 2 shorts this week or just 1, because I'm streaming Thursday. Oh, by the way, guys, welcome to Triple Stream Week. We're live right now on 9/9. Also, happy Dreamcast birthday. Sega Dreamcast came out on this day 25 years ago. On Thursday, we're doing the Marvel vs. Capcom Collection launch party stream, which will be fun. We'll probably have some special guests, maybe. We'll see if we can get Alex to come show up and special guest on the channel for the first time.
Or drag him from his legs.
Drag him from his legs. Be like, come over here. But and then Friday we got live reactions to PulseCon. Falcon Tech is like quoting Oprah. You get a live stream. You get a live stream. Everything gets a live stream.
Oh yeah. What time is the PulseCon thing?
PulseCon. Okay, so we're gonna talk about PulseCon in a minute. They put out a press release.
All right.
It officially starts at 1. But they're doing a pre-show for Pulse Premium members at noon, so I'm gonna go live at noon and then just like recite to you guys what's on the Pulse Premium thing. But it should be over by 5 because I think that's when the pre-orders go up.
I don't know. I just imagine Sound doing that like Courage the Cowardly Dog style, just can explain everything on the.
I could do it in charades. I could do it all in charades. That'd be kind of fun. But anyway, so we did that last year. People liked it. Wanted us to do it again. So it's all that's right, Toma. It's Commodore Kikesa Day on Friday as well.
Soundout sees all. Soundout sees all. He stares at you every time you look at the live tab.
You guys love how I've never changed this image. I don't want to change it now. It's so look how consistent it is, guys. Look how consistent this one photo is. I mean. I think the only time it was different was the Midnight Sun stream.
Yeah, look at that one.
That one was different, but yeah, no, we got so much.
I don't know why. It reminded me of like I don't know if you remember Doug, the cartoon, but
yeah,
and some other cartoons did it, but I remember specifically in Doug where they're like, oh, you know how they always look the same because they have a consistent design, and Doug actually looks at his closet and sees the exact same clothes all lined up.
I was thinking the Toy Story 2 moment with all the wall of Buzz Lightyears.
I love closet gags with characters that wear the same thing every time you see them, and it's just like it's their wardrobe. They just have multiple copies of that outfit.
The same outfit, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you guys want to keep up with the streams, there's these little notify me buttons, and YouTube will send you a notification. If you should have notifications turned on anyways, but if you don't, the little notify me button will make sure to let you guys know. But yeah, so it'll be 5 p.m. on Thursday, so same time we normally do the streams, and then Friday will be at noon Eastern. So that's just because that's when it starts, and then there won't be any video Friday. This will be what's coming out Friday, and then I can start working ahead because I'm gonna travel again because I have a traveling addiction, I guess now. Is that what I call it? That sounds like the wrong phrase.
Are you actually trying to find the One Piece?
No, but maybe I find it. Anyways, I'm gonna go to Halloween Horror Nights, guys. I'm going again.
Revenge. What will be this year's?
This year's Month of Monsters is gonna be a bunch of shorts, I think.
Shorts of the monsters.
Shorts of the monsters. Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna be traveling. So the thing is I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna go to Halloween Horror Nights, and I'm gonna go to Disneyland. I'm gonna be at Disneyland on September 30th, which is a Monday stream, right? So I'm gonna stream anyways. I'm gonna go find I'm gonna go find a quiet corner of the park, and then just like we'll have like a little AMA for like a half hour or something.
Go find the Deadpool actor.
I would, but if I do find Deadpool, I will film him. But like I'm not gonna live stream in front of him because Avengers Campus has got a loop of Marvel music constantly playing, and people get copyright claimed a lot. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm gonna go. Galaxy's Edge doesn't have any background music, so I'm probably gonna go like poke up in Star Wars Land and just be like, hey guys, I'll just hop in and we'll just do like a little stream.
You just sneak into the construction zones area. Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. I'm in the construction area for this year, right?
That would be kind of funny too. But anyways, we'll do a stream still on the 30th. It's just I'll be in a different location, and I don't know how to wrap you guys into the Discord side of it, so it'll just be through the YouTube mobile app. So you guys have to be in the chat.
Yeah,
you just have to be in the text chat. I'll go for like 30 minutes to an hour.
Sound like Battle Buses Avi and Cal's Disneyland for just only that one moment, and then we get yeeted out.
I wish I could battle bus you guys to Disneyland. That'd be fun. Cal's, if you see a mysterious blue bus outside, get in it. And make sure that I'm driving it, though.
Okay. I gotta make sure you drive.
What happened when we Cal opened it, but it wheels instead?
Okay.
Oh boy.
That'd be fun.
Well.
All right. Rest of the PSAs. The Haslab Rattlers going well. They unlocked the final stretch goal. Yep. And it's got 6 hours 15 minutes. So if you want in, now's your time.
Well, yeah. While it's the quote unquote least successful quote unquote G.I. Joe Haslab, I feel like it's always.
It's also gotten up to 23,000 backers. I think it's doing fine.
It's one of those, like, if you do the math in business, it's the least successful, but like it's it's the least successful while still being successful at the end of the day.
By the way, lengthwise on this thing, I measured it. It's taller than Galactus.
Galactus has his toy plane, model toy plane you can play with.
I mean, he could ride on top of that thing like a dog. Or a horse. That's a better example. I don't know why I went to dog.
No. It's a Fortnite glider.
It's his Fortnite glider. Yeah, you really could. It is huge because it's 33 inches long, and Galactus is 30. It's 33.53. Galactus is 33. Like even.
You can strap on his back to be his Megazord combination,
or his back bling. Damn,
yes.
I've been playing too much Fortnite. By the way,
Fortnite
update. I got to the Isle of Doom, but I haven't unlocked the armor because I got killed before I could get it.
Of course, everyone's booking for that thing as soon as it appears.
I was doing pretty good. Falcon Sex says it's on track to be more than the Dragonfly. Well, that's good. I guess we'll look at the final number next week and compare. But I've been playing I unlocked all the Doom skins because the Doom quests I found were actually a lot easier than I thought they'd be.
It's a lot easier than the main story quest, honestly, from what I hear.
Yeah, they're a little bit easier than the main story quest. And then I'm on level 80 of the battle pass now, so I'm getting along. I'm contributing to the problem. I bought the Meowth skin because Meowth was a Sabertooth, which is too much to not get.
Is the Black Cat skin out?
No, I think it's coming later. Toma, the Ultraman hasn't fought Galactus yet in the comics. Because that's, I think, happening in issue 3, and they're only on issue 1.
And that's next month, really. That's not that's really not monthly.
Yeah. So, anyways, I did not back the Rattler, but my dad did. So
you're still gonna get it anyway.
There's still gonna be a video on the Rattler. I was just like, I don't want to spend the money on this. It's too big. And my dad was like, I want to spend the money on this.
Then Papa sounds like, I will.
Yeah, he was like,
next year I do.
He was like, can you back it for me? Here's my card. And I was like, okay.
Next G.I. Joe Haslab, your mom's going to back it.
I mean, you never know. Like, if the next one's, like, bright red. She loves the color red. Anyways, I kind of hope they take a break, though, because I'm kind of tired of, like, I don't have the Dragonfly, and yet the Rattler's ending, you know? Like, can we wait till the Rattler's out before we do the next one?
Yeah, I know, right?
Because I think that's what's adding to it.
If they were to do another, what be a definite buy has G.I. Joe Haslab when you get if they do another one?
I would like a ground vehicle for G.I. Joe because I think that would balance us out. Because we have a ground Cobra vehicle, then we got an air Joe vehicle. Now we have an air Cobra, but we need a ground Joe. Someone's asking why my dad is so cool. Because he is. He's my dad. He's awesome.
The gag for that gag of the video, when you get it, it should be your dad going, my Rattler's here, and then you come in, just take it. I'm going to review this.
I mean, I could also just, like, make him do the unboxing.
Make it like some alternate timeline where it's Papa Santa's channel, and then it reverts back to your timeline.
That could be fun. Linkara did that gag.
Earth Tree Soundout.
Is it weird that I kind of want them to make the Mobat, which is just literally just a tank? I don't know, this kind of sounds like fun.
What's the and then they announced it's gonna be the classify mobile command center.
Oh no, we don't want that. All right, the Spawn Kickstarter has 9 days left, so if you want to pre-order your medieval Spawn through Kickstarter, and ignore that part where it says Kickstarter is not a store; it's designed for projects that could only happen with the power of Kickstarter, and this clearly didn't need it. Anyways, that 1,678,424. They've added more weapons or something. So, but It's happening. It was happening one way or another. They already put it into production because they're really confident.
McFarlane's honestly an interesting toy company because it feels like their stuff goes in production faster than other. I mean, I guess that's the advantage of Todd being the one-man company he is.
I think it's the lack of corporate overhead. Like, there's
who
has to approve it? Todd. And then that's it.
He's like, "Do I approve this?" And he's like arguing with himself.
Yeah, because like I remember, I think like the Bleach when they got the Bleach.
You know what? I don't know if what's the word? Like, if I'm convinced by my arguments.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, maybe I should.
Like I think like the Bleach McFarlane figures were announced. They got the license back in I think January. I forget what day it was. Like,
and they already were out by like August.
Yeah, or July.
Yeah,
July. It's like it's like God, like my God.
They've
Honestly,
done it too with like some of the comic figures where you're like, that just happened 6 months ago. What the hell?
Yeah,
it's like they looked at solicits and then just made a figure based on a cover, and then it was out. Like,
it's not like Sally for Jada. We'll get to Jada in a bit, but like they had to listen to the Capcom overlords to make sure their product is like specifically to their liking.
Because I think that like with Hasbro, they also obviously deal with Marvel and Lucasfilm.
Disney.
But like I think also at Hasbro, like okay, the head designer of that department says it's okay, and then it's got to go all the way up the ladder and then come back down.
Yeah, because we talk about this when we're talking about like Saban, but like when you had your interview with Melissa Flores, didn't she say like Saban was so small they could literally just go next to each other?
Yeah,
and just get
they just
approval?
They just like knock on somebody's door and say, "Hey, can we do this?" Yeah, okay, go for it. Cool, and then just go off and do it. Like that Saban Brands working so small was why that stuff happened. That's why the Shout Factory was able to pump out so many Sentai DVDs, because all they had to do was talk to Saban. Saban would sign off on whatever they did from Toei, basically. Whereas Hasbro has to go like, it has to go to the Hasbro brand team for Power Rangers, and then up to the Hasbro Entertainment Division, and then up to the Hasbro corporate level, and get the budget sheet signed off, and then come back down through the chain, and then talk to them. So big company take long to do things. That's the short version. Moving on. All right. The Hasbro PulseCon press release. So, Jamie's told the difference because they're two different characters. Anyways, Hasbro PulseCon is going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Like I said already before, we're going to be streaming live reactions to it. I'm going to be there the whole time. These guys will jump in and out as they can.
I'm hoping to be there on time, but I had to do. We've been doing a lot of housework, so I might be busy doing some housework.
Yeah, no worries.
So I'll see you again.
You can pop in and out.
I will probably be on my phone this time at least.
Yeah. Same for you, Kaus. You can pop in and out as you wish. Because I know Kaus streams on Fridays, and if he's got a dip to go to his stream, that's...
Well, funny enough, it's a Fight Case stream, too.
Oh my god.
The way you make it sound like... Imagine like the way you sounded with Kaus, it sounds like, when you're playing a fighting game match and then a new opponent comes, it's like, here comes a new challenger! Kaus appears on the stream.
Okay, so anyways, getting on track, it's going to stream on Hasbro Pulse YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. My plan is to leave you guys a link to the YouTube stream, and you can watch it on a separate screen, because I don't want to deal with Hasbro Pulse's music, because I've already done that when I've done reactions before. I've gotten copyright claimed because of the music they used.
I love it.
So I'm not doing that. But, we'll do that. The other interesting part here is they said that Hasbro Pulse Premium members get into exclusive pre-show experience starting at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. That's why I'm going to start streaming at 12 p.m. Eastern, because I am a premium member because of the Haslabs. It pays for itself. And it says where they can expect brand sneak peeks and tasers for the main event. They'll be treated to a Hasbro PulseCon exclusive product showcase, which I imagine is the exclusives being sold, along with special products and a live Q&A hosted by members of the Hasbro team. So that all happened before. Not everybody will be able to watch that if it's locked down as it should be. But I'll just recite what they're saying if it's anything important. They're going to have the experience. They're calling it an experience. PulseCon's going to be hosted by Jordan Himbro, and will feature special guests, including actress Amelia Swallow from The Mandalorian. I don't know who she plays. I don't know who that is offhand. I'm going to be totally honest. Someone Google it. Anyways, and then Dan Larson of Secret Galaxy will also be there. Oh, hey, they actually do have a time here. I didn't realize this. It's here. During the 2-hour event, fans will get a first look at new Transformers 1 Studio Series, hear about G.I. Joe Classified Series, sneak peek of new Marvel Legends Wave, view the latest Star Wars products, and take part in an ongoing celebration of the 50th anniversary of Dungeons & Dragons, among other activities. Over 35 products will be showcased, including 4 Hasbro PulseCon exclusives. So it's going to be 2 hours. Oh, I'm not going to die.
2 hours, okay.
So add in the pre-show. It's like 3 hours in total. That'll be fine, right?
That means there's going to be no conflict.
Yeah.
She plays the Armorer and the Mendo.
Please don't announce another Armorer figure. We've had enough. Yes, Hellfire, that's right. I forgot to put that in the news. Hasbro will be at New York Comic Con as well. Oh, right. It's in this thing here. Hasbro will have a panel on October 18th at New York Comic Con for Transformers, G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters, Star Wars, and Marvel.
More announcements? Wait, when's New York Comic Con again?
October 18th. It's like a month after.
Come on, Hasbro. You were going to do a big... Oh, God, the budgets.
Oh, and I'm adding to this. The 4 exclusives that are going to go up on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, or for Pulse Premium at 4 p.m. Eastern, is the Legacy United Dino King multi-pack, based on Transformers Victory, Starduster for G.I. Joe, the old serial mail-away figure, the Black Series Battle Droid and Stap, the little like scooter thing he's on, and the King the Conqueror with the cool chair. So if you're interested in any of those, they go up for... It says pre-orders. Let's see if it's actually pre-orders or in stock. It's going to be the Russian roulette with my wallet. But anyways, that goes up Friday. So
I'm pretty hoping for yours because I mean I just want
it better be pre-orders. I better be pre-orders. I'm tired of them shadow dropping stuff on
because I can't handle Dino King $80 price tag right now.
Yep, same. Also, anniversary celebration continues this year with the inaugural Transformers Day on September 17th. I wouldn't expect too much Transformers at PulseCon now.
Also, speaking of happy, I hope everyone had a happy Star Trek Day yesterday.
Oh yeah, happy Star Trek Day yesterday. So they're doing September 17th is Transformers Day. Transformers 1 comes out September 20th, and so it's going to be weird. I think I've been talking to some people. We're guessing they're going to show Studio Series at one of these, and then Legacy at the other.
I think the next toiling after Legacy is PulseCon. Studio Series would be Transformers Day, is what I'm guessing, because they've been revealing nothing but Studio Series stuff. When we'll get to later in the stream.
Yep.
And such.
Okay, because the Studio Series stuff goes up for pre-order that day on this, so it's probably Legacy at Pulse. Yeah, Studio at Transformers Day. Okay, it is time for not Beetlejuice. Sorry, go away. It's comic book news time, and you guys are like, "Why are you on camera for comic book news?" I wanted to inform everybody about some stuff. Okay, so as you may or may not be knowing, that sounded so weird. As you may or may not know, the Transformers Marvel comics are being reprinted by Skybound next year in a compendium format, like big-ass paperback. And they actually put out this one-shot for the 40th anniversary. It is the first issue, printed on like newsprinty paper, kind of like old-school paper. And it has the look at it. So the question that has been on everybody's lips who follows this stuff is the Skybound reprints going to use the original colors of the Marvel comic or the IDW quote-unquote color-corrected versions? And after picking this up, I have, I don't know, sad news? I guess it's sad. This is not unexpected news, but it is, in fact, the IDW recolor that is the color-corrected. I'm trying to find a shot of Soundwave in here. There he is. It has blue Soundwave, not purple Soundwave, as it did in the original. And that was something
it's not Skybound's fault.
I imagine this is just what Hasbro had as their scans, because they said with G.I. Joe they couldn't do oversized hardcovers because they didn't have scans for that. But as you can see, here it is in the IDW collection. There is blue Soundwave right there. There he is. So it is the same scans, the same colors. I didn't expect us to get original colors because that would require all the comics being rescanned again by by Marvel Archives, because I imagine Marvel has the original issues, but not Hasbro. So there is that. So I just wanted to give that little PSA, because I know people had asked about it before. But there you go, guys. It's
I still kind of love that original Marvel G1 cover of Optimus. That awkward, like,
never changed it, right? Even in all the reprints, they're never like, let's make him look accurate. They're like, no, he's always going to look that weird. They had a variant cover that was a very funky-looking Megatron in the same pose.
Is that just the bunny ears there? It's just his pose, like, look at my action figures, guys! Oh, yeah. Like that.
All right. So in the comic news, otherwise, in the news that is not just sourced from me holding up books to the screen, the let's see, what is this? What month is this?
September. Or no, November for fiscal.
December. In December, Marvel Comics will be featuring Bengus's Marvel vs. Capcom 2 art as variant covers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you talking about the pre-order. The pre-order bonus for the physical version.
No. I wasn't talking about that. But in December, several Marvel comics are getting Bengus covers. And
are these newly drawn or just reusing PNGs?
Capcom just put out such high quality PNGs.
They look like they're from that, yeah.
Yeah, and they're definitely
from that era, but
it's just they're put up on.
Still cool though.
Yeah, they're put on your comic covers. They will have the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics logo. So here's the books. There's 11 of them. There's all new Venom #1. We've got.
Can't wait for that book, by the way. I'm really curious who's going to be the new host for that run.
Avengers 21 will have Storm on it, of course, because she is the queen leading that book. I love that Avengers book even before Storm joined the team, but Storm.
Even then, I really like talking about that. Like, I really like that scene with Sam recruiting her to the team. That was a really great scene in that issue.
Thanos will be on Infinity Watch #1, which is a series I didn't even realize was happening and had to Google to find out, and then it was really hard to Google because I couldn't find the Marvel announcement because there wasn't one. It was just slipped into the back of a solicitation. Anyways, there's a comic with Infinity Stones and stuff.
I knew it was happening because that was the new. That's gonna be the Avengers annual. There's
10 annuals that all tie into this little like mini event called Infinity Watch, where the Infinity Stones reemerge, and then there's a new 5-issue miniseries that follows up from that is called Infinity Watch that this Thanos cover is for. Wolverine #4 will have Wolverine, of course.
I always love being this giant-eared Wolverine.
I love the arm size on Wolverine.
That's his giant biceps. Giant biceps.
The best what he does.
He is. Cyclops will be on X-Men #8's cover. Also, I've noticed that all the X-Men books, they like put out 1 issue, and then the following month they're like 2 issues every month, and I'm just like, what?
Ugh, that's why I had to drop the books. I couldn't afford it.
They did this with Krakoa as well. When they launched Krakoa, they had 6 books, and every book started being twice a month, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy the trades then. That's too fast. It's too much.
Yeah, no, I could not fit in my budget, so I probably just gonna get it because I did like what I read of Jay McKay's X-Men, and especially Gail Simone's Uncanny X-Men.
I'm about to just drop everything that's not uncanny because I'm just like, it's too much. All right, Rogue is going to be on Uncanny X-Men #7, which is awesome. We have Captain America, of course, on Captain America 16. I'm glad these covers make sense, unlike the Mickey Mouse What If covers that were always on Spider-Man. Fantastic Four 27 gets Doctor Doom. Psylocke will be on X-Men #9.
Oh, that's nice.
And Spider-Man will be on Amazing Spider-Man #64. And then lastly, we have Iron Man on Iron Man #3.
Oh, I mean, I don't think you had that in the news, but thoughts on that new Iron Man run coming? Because I'm actually really looking forward to it.
I forgot how to get to the news section on Marvel.com. Let's find out. Let's go to news. I forgot about that Iron Man comic because I don't read Iron Man. But it's
really cool because they got a journalist writing it who does a bunch of... It was so cool, and like Iron Man, Tony has his like steampunk armor. He has a giant mecha sword. I'm actually really looking for it. They got like a really good writer for that book.
I did see the giant steampunk sword cover. It was probably for Iron Man issue 2. But it looks good. I don't usually read Iron Man, but I did read Iron. I had to. It's the wrong turn of phrase. I forcibly had to read Jerry Duggan's Iron Man run because
I heard good things. I heard good things about that run.
It was good. I don't usually read Iron Man, but it was all tied into X-Men stuff.
Well, that's the thing, Iron Man's one of those characters that like I like the character a lot, and I like reading stuff with the character. I usually don't pick up a lot of his stuff. It's one of those characters that I really should read more stuff. I do like the character a lot. I just should read
exactly. More. Don't go looking for it though.
Yeah, but seeing the writer they got and the premise and all that stuff, like I actually might pick this up because it looks really cool.
Yeah, I'll give it a go when it hits Marvel Unlimited for sure. Because I did enjoy the Jerry Duggan run of.
I'm honestly, I was actually surprised how short it was. Honestly, I was so surprised when they announced it's like, wait, what? Jerry Duggan's runs already ending?
Yeah, I think that was it's because it was so tied into the Krakoa X-Men stuff that it's like, well, what identity does it have now? Because like it had a little bit of run before, but then as soon as he marries Emma Frost, then it's like then it's just an X-Men book. It becomes the Emma Frost book featuring Tony Stark.
Well, shit. I mean, that's always. Tony should always be the bottom of his relationships. Let's be honest.
I mean, look, if Emma Frost is in a book, she's the main character.
Yes.
Even in Generation X, there's this whole team of students who are supposed to be the main characters, and Emma Frost is over here like, I will take all the page time I want.
So many people questioning, why didn't you do Emma Frost for the Fortnite stuff? Do you even know about Emma Frost, people?
What's the Gen Z phrase? Main character energy.
Yep. That is Emma Frost. That's why she's in the Fortnite pass.
Tail end millennial asking, what's a Gen Z phrase?
Yeah. I mean, I know that feel.
Entertainment news. We are just going to keep reporting on Capcom Fighting Collection news because I feel like it. You guys cool with that? All right. After much pestering, Capcom has announced that Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection and Capcom Fighting Collection 2 will release on Xbox One in 2025. So a bit of a delay. The interesting part was the turn of phrase here. We're happy to announce that after technical discussions with our partners at Microsoft, which leads credence to the theory that they actually had to update like software.
Well, it's still Xbox One title, not a
Well,
Series
it's
X.
just like how these are PS4 titles, not PS5.
Yeah.
Backwards compatibility means if you don't need the graphics boost, you don't really need to make the higher version. But good news, Xbox people, all 10 of you. Sorry. Xbox people, all of you out there who wanted to play Marvel vs. Capcom and Capcom Fighting Collection 2 on your Xbox,
remember,
you will be able to next year.
Hey, remember, PlayStation 5 finally got its first game last week.
Yes. RX-0, I agree, it does need crossplay, but on the flip side, they are selling more copies by making us all double dip a couple times, right? Anyways. Falcon's Tech says, yeah, something's going on with Capcom's MT framework. Yeah, that's all beyond my knowledge of gaming. You want to get into the technicals of how movies are made, I'm all there for you, but I do not know how games are made. I don't pretend to either. I just kind of watch them as entertainment. All right. Dragon Ball Daima, we got a new trailer after we got the date.
Finally, like actual context, not just like scissor music, like actual dialogue and everything.
Chat, Kaus, Ryan, where does this take place? Because I think it takes place before Super.
Yes, according to Geekdom, which I know sometimes his information could be iffy, but I think this one's actually true.
The way I always go with Geekdom information is I think he always has good information. It's his interpretation of that information where it gets a little screwy sometimes.
Yeah, but this take place right after Boo, before Battle of Gods.
Because they show Kid Buu getting defeated.
Yeah, I think
in the trailer.
I think that's why Trunks and Goten are babies. Also, because I was like, maybe because that doesn't make sense. They're supposed to be chibi, quote unquote. Also, I think it's also obvious you look at Bulma. Bulma clearly has the Boo haircut style still. I was like, wait, how come this after before Super? I remember, okay, they probably didn't want to deal with the God transformations, spirits, and all that stuff for this series. They didn't want to deal with all that stuff, which I was like, fair.
Spin Dash said, I'm not a fan of these music over dialogue-less action trailers they've been doing. The reason for that is because the voices haven't been fully recorded yet.
I think also they want to make I think they also want to make it international friendly. Also,
yeah, I think they want to be able to just slap some text on it. The thing with because with Western animation, they always record voice actors first, then animate it. But with Japanese animation, why it's so easy to dub it, I put easy in big ass quotations. Voice recording is done after the animation is done. The dubbing process that you see in like behind the scenes stuff for English dubs, where they're looking at the footage and then recording the dialogue to it, they do that in Japan as well. Anime, it's produced first, then they put the dialogue in as like one of the last steps. And that's why it's easier to dub anime, because it doesn't have complicated lip flaps usually, because they are matching to, because the actors are having to match to what's animated. It's also why actors in Japanese and English dubbing as well don't have as much creative freedom, because they have to work with what's already there, as opposed to like the Pixar method of animating based on the actor's performance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyways, it's a fun fact of production.
I actually really like the new song they had, the new opening theme in the trailer.
Oh yeah, it's done by this Western artist, Zed. Yeah, that was kind of a different vibe.
It's so weird. They clearly want to make this international, but we still don't know how it's gonna get released in the US.
Yeah, Kaiju asked, "Do we know if Crunchyroll will do a simul sub?" I have no hopes for a simul dub. Legitimately, welcome Blade Rider. Legitimately, have no idea when we're getting the show. There's no confirmation. This is on the official English Dragon Ball site, by the way. This article.
It'd be really dumb.
We're past the days where Kanzenshu EX has to grind away at 3 a.m. to get news articles.
Yeah.
But
so it's like,
the other problem is we're still at a point where they won't confirm anything is getting released until last minute.
Which
is not how you market things.
Which is so weird, because they clearly want to make it. Like, this clearly they're ready for international. They got the Figuarts ready. They got Dragon Stars ready. They
showed stuff for it at Comic-Con.
Yeah. You got Dragon Stars, Figuarts, even like a Bandai America own exclusive power pole, the stuff in Sparking Zero.
And yet we have no word. We have no word if we're getting this simulcast.
Dub or same day.
There's some internet rumors about the dubbing. I mean, they've been working on this show animation wise for like 2 years. They could do a simul dub.
I mean, same date dub. If other series can do. Yeah, if other shows can do it,
Code Geass could do it. Sandland could do it. This could do it.
Sandland, Code Geass, Delicious in Dungeons, Kaiju number 8. Like, if they could do it, the biggest franchise in the world could also.
Kyle says, I imagine why a lot of this marketing is so late is because Toriyama's passing. I would say that if it wasn't for the fact Superhero was marketed the exact same way, where it was just like sprinkles of information, and it's out in Japan, and then it's like, when do we get it here? And I happened to run across a poster for Superhero at my theater, and that's when I found out the date.
It's a miracle Superhero did as well.
Yeah.
But that kind of marketing.
And I think the only reason it did is because I remember when I was looking at the box office stats, the first weekend it was really low, and it went up the second weekend. Because people didn't know it was out. Because they didn't market it at all. It's ridiculous. Spin Dash says this still has a chance to be the most pirated anime series in history. They don't get the marketing and launch correctly. Honestly, yeah. Like, what are we doing here where this doesn't have the immediate confirmation that it's releasing here? It's Dragon Ball. Right, Cows?
You'd think. Essentially, the same day, it's going to release the same day as Sparking Zero.
Yeah. And you know what it kind of reminds me of? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Cass.
Oh, no, it's the same day. Although I do wonder, like, I get why they went with this story to be before Boo, but, like, man, I'm starting to wonder, like, are they just allergic to going past End of Z?
I mean, at this point, it has to be
they break out in knives.
Yeah, at this point, they have to retcon End of Z. Too many things happen to make that ending canon.
When they're supposed to be. Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, what I was gonna say was that it reminds me of when Shaman King Flowers was coming out.
Oh god, yeah, we talked about that on stream many times.
And Kodansha US had the manga's final volume released in bookshops the same day the anime premiered in Japan because they expected it to be simulcasted, and it wasn't.
Who was in charge of that? Was that pure Netflix?
Netflix held on to the show. Not only did Netflix, because when they did when Netflix did Shaman King 2021, they held on to the show and released it in 13-episode batches. They not only held on to Shaman King Flowers until it was done, they waited an entire month and a half after it finished airing to put it on the service, did not make a poster, a trailer, nor an announcement, so it was up to people finding it by accident, and they didn't even bother dubbing it.
Yeah, because at least with the Shaman King remake, they dubbed it. That's why we had to wait for it, because at least they were dubbing it. Not
exactly.
In this case.
There was no... They just completely forgot they had Shaman King Flowers. Spin Dash says, what's worse, Netflix jail or Disney Plus marketing drought?
Honestly, Disney Plus market, because at least Netflix
Disney
jail,
Plus marketing drought, because at least when Netflix jails something, they point to a bright neon signs that they have it, unless you're Shaman King Flowers.
As someone who's a fan of Undead Lucky Sandland, Goku Lucid Ranger, Code Geass to the final episode, and Mission Yazakura Family, those 5 shows barely get nothing.
Yeah.
and two of those are honestly 2 of Shonen Jump's biggest series right now.
You know what's really sad? They got, like, no marketing, but at least they got a poster and a trailer, which is not what Shaman King Flowers got.
Yep.
And, like, I know Cosmic Fury fans are like, we didn't get a real trailer for Cosmic Fury. Guys, Shaman King Flowers didn't get a poster, even.
People found
They didn't even get a tweet. They got nothing.
When someone found it while just browsing through Netflix, right?
Yes. Yes. Someone found it while browsing through Netflix, and it just said coming soon. And then I found the date.
Man.
God, and so the thing is, at least with most Netflix anime, like that new Terminator Zero show we'll probably never see on Blu-ray, but like they promoted the hell out of it.
Kinnikuman Man's Kinnikuman Perfect Origin arc got pretty good marketing, and it's getting same Samu release with the sub and everything.
Exactly. Netflix jail sucks for the like long-term physical media release, though we have seen a bunch of shows escape it recently. It's just, like, Disney Plus Hulu does minimal marketing. Shaman King Flowers is an outlier for Netflix, because at least Netflix will tell you a show's coming out. They will tell you, like, a week before it comes out. They won't give you, like, a long marketing period, but they will at least tweet about it. They will at least put out a trailer. They will at least put out a poster. Whereas, like, Disney Plus and Hulu, they won't even promote it on social media. They'll just put out a trailer on the YouTube channel and put out a poster.
The only way some people can find out is when the voice actors confirmed they're in the show.
Yeah, that's how we find out they even get dubs, because we don't get that information. Hellfire says, the state of anime in the West is getting more and more depressing. Somehow the early 2000s, 2010s seems better. I mean, the 2000s, everything was popping, and the 2010s was a little depressing, but it still was popping. Whereas nowadays, we're getting practically everything, but none of it's getting marketed.
No, it's the effect that the anime industry. It's more the effect of the streaming wars.
Yes.
I think the streaming wars finally caught up with the anime.
Because I think the thing is, all these big companies saw how much anime was streaming on Netflix and how well it was doing on Netflix, and they thought we need a piece of that, and so everything started getting like split up among all these services, and now it's just like
because back in the day it was just Sentai. It was Funimation and Crunchy back in the day. At least 2010 when streaming starting up.
Viz had Neon Alley.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Neon Alley was a terrible service, but Neon Alley existed.
Yeah, but still, like it was just only those 3 specifically for anime. But now,
you know what's funny is Hulu's had anime since the 2010s, but nobody thinks of it as an anime place. I think that's where the problem is with the marketing, is that they're expecting people to just find the shows on Hulu, but I don't think people think of Hulu as like an anime service.
And especially with the Disney Plus merger, it got so much messier.
Yeah.
It got so much messier with the Disney Plus merging.
All right, well, let's move on, because I'm tired of that. Let's talk about another thing that we have no idea if it's coming over, except this one has less chance. The Kamen Rider Futo PI Memory of Kamen Rider Skull, or Portrait of Kamen Rider Skull. They actually put Kamen Rider in the title this time.
It's Kamen Rider in the title.
It's almost like I was right. Anyways, old Twitter drama we don't need to bring up. There's a new trailer, new poster, confirmation of some details. The original actor who played Sokuchi Narumi, Kamen Rider Skull, is not voicing the character in the movie, but he is doing the ending theme song.
That's nice.
And it does seem to be adapting primarily Begins Night from the Double and Decade crossover movie, but it also does have a couple characters from Memory of Skull from Kamen Rider Core, from Movie War Core. So there's kind of like a merger of the Skull stories together into an anime film. And it does take place as a flashback that will be led into as a continuation from the Indefuto PI, where they were like, oh, now we're going to tell Tokime about Skull. And that's what this is. And they did that. That's how they did it in the manga as well. They did a flashback, and this was like the next arc of the manga, basically.
It's like how Demon Slayers or Chainsaw Man's got is do their this arc's not really big enough to be into the make it to a season 2, or they rather have the next arc be adapted to season 2. So might as well adapt the next arc after where we finish off into a movie. Pretty much scenario here. I mean, this is not
the Demon Slayer tactic, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's why I said Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
I was mixed when I first heard it, but like then I realized, that was probably better if you just have all the Skull stuff here, not be interrupted by double decade of O segments, pretty much.
It's gonna be a nice thing because the Skull stuff was the best part of those 2 movies. Smid Dash says, I really hope we get this, even if it was barely marketed by Crunchyroll. We got the preview at AX, so there was a chance. They also showed all of Gridman Universe at AX.
Universe, never forget.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But that's it for entertainment news. I'm looking forward to that movie. The thing is, the Kamen Rider fandom, for all its faults, at least I know one way or another we're going to be able to see that movie, officially or not. Rider fandom strong. Rider fandom will get things for us one way or another, right, guys?
Yep.
When the Crunchyroll fails, the fans step in. That's how we
have to do things.
I mean, that's in a lot of things.
Is a lot of things. Yeah. I like singling out Crunchyroll because they're a big evil monopoly.
Oh, yeah.
But
they deserve to be singled out, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like. I mean, I wouldn't say Viz is much better, but Viz is kind of a little better.
Well, here's the thing. Viz doesn't have a stream platform versus Crunchy.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, it's ready for some Blu-ray news.
Yeah.
The theme of today's Blu-ray news. Oh, sorry. Let me switch over so the title card works better when I put the chapter times in. The theme of today's Blu-ray news is double dipping. Okay, so let's start with the big news. We got the official details for Godzilla -1. We've gotten... It's been up for pre-order on multiple platforms, and then we just never got confirmation. We have confirmation of the details. Toho is releasing this themselves.
Oh.
Which is weird. It does seem to be that they got stuff included. So let's go through it. So it's going to come out November 19th. There's going to be 4K Blu-ray, DVD, and a 4K Steelbook. It will feature the Dolby Vision / HDR presentation of the film. It'll include the Japanese Dolby Atmos audio track and the English Dolby True HD 5.1 audio track. We were worried about... I think we were worried about the English dub not being included because of Netflix jail. And because when they did the Japanese set, like US import of it, it didn't include the dub. But it is going to include the dub on this one. So if you have that set and you want the dub, you're going to have to double dip. There will be some bonus features. Very little stuff, not compared to the whole big bonus disc.
Yeah. This is the bare bones you want to have.
Bare bones, but we still got stuff. Behind the scenes, Godzilla -1, number 30. Don't know what that is. Original trailers, TV spots, Array of Hope, Worldwide Paradise, Live in Hope. Don't know what any of those are, but that's stuff.
Live in hope, live in hope.
And then the cover looks like a freaking. I don't like to be mean.
Oh yeah, Blade Raider. Blade Raider. -1 got dubbed when it came to Netflix.
Yes, this is the most bootleggy cover they could have gone with, though. They're like, here's a shot of Godzilla, and then in literally, I think I recognize that font as the one I always change. Just say Academy Award winner best. They couldn't even get the Academy Award winner logo. Like, they just got the text.
Hey, look, it's honoring a lot of the let's face it, a lot of Godzilla covers look bootleggy.
I know.
It's honoring the legacy.
Including Criterion, if I'm being honest. But anyways.
It's honoring the legacy of the franchise.
Yes.
I say this is a bonus.
It's neat. But anyways, there's going to be multiple editions. The 4K is not a combo pack, so if you want a Blu-ray copy, that's separate. The Steelbook, I think that... Let me double check without going on Amazon and doxing myself. I think the Steelbook... Yeah, if you get the Steelbook, it has a Blu-ray and a 4K. So
which version are you going to get?
I want to get the Steelbook, but it's like not available for order right now. I guess I don't know if it was up earlier and I missed it. I'll figure it out. I'll get it from somewhere. If not, I'll just buy the regular 4K. I wasn't going to get the big fancy import set, but I'm cool with this release. So I'm excited. But yeah, that's our details on that. What was that?
I don't even have I said I'm gonna get me a regular Blu-ray because I don't even have a 4K TV still.
Yeah. I have PS5. I have a PS5, but I don't have a 4K TV.
Yes.
I want to mention, like, hey, if I have a nickel, every time Santa was grumpy before watching or getting the product, I have 2 nickels, which is weird. It happened twice, and then loving when they getting it. It was weird. It happened twice, but still.
It does. Scream and Shout, because Scream Factory and Shout Factory have announced the November releases, including Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Oh, really?
Scream and Shout sounds like an anime opening for a show. Right?
I didn't even realize that's what it was, Scream and Shout. Anyways, Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, which is Jason Scott Lee and Lauren Holly star in this glimpse into the life of Bruce Lee, basically. So.
Yep, I watched that movie a lot.
Yeah, it's got a 4K Blu-ray now.
It's also where I get the joke about being a dishwasher. Because that happened. The lady who gives Bruce Lee his first job as a dishwasher, and then happened to be my first job. So every time I went to work, I always thought of that scene.
Okay.
I don't know. The way you say it reminds me of I forget what movie was it. Back Scratcher. I forget what movie that was lines from, but it reminds me of that.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
There is a Stephen Chow collection of 4 Hong Kong films. Look Out Officer, Justice My Foot, The Mad Monk, and Out of the Dark. That's coming out on Blu-ray.
That's probably the only one out of those I've heard of is The Mad Monk.
Yeah.
Some like fake movie titles seen cartoons.
They kind of do, yeah. That's Hong Kong film in general. Rush is coming out on 4K. That has Chris Hemsworth in it. I'm assuming by this cover with Chris Hemsworth on it. Labyrinth and Dark Crystal are getting limited edition 4Ks. We will talk about that in a minute. There's some more details. Born on the 4th of July, starring Tom Cruise in 4K. Golden Harvest Volume 1 Supernatural Shockers. These include Chinese films of the video store era, including Robotrix, Dr. Vampire, Erotic Ghost Story 1 through 3, and Sex and Zen.
God.
Only the
Not
top
the Golden
tier.
Harvest movies I was thinking of, but alright.
Yeah, I know, right? Escape from New York will be getting a 4K Steelbook edition.
Hey, Kurt Russell.
Bones and All, the movie that dares to ask the questions, what if cannibals were sexy? That's coming out on 4K. That movie is insane.
I think Fallout also asked that question a lot.
Yes, here's the you guys got to see the cover. They're like, it's Timothy Chalamet as a cannibal. It's a love story. I watched the trailer for it, and I was like, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen. They're trying to make cannibals sexy.
If My Monsters was the biggest, I want us. We should have done this year. Make like posters for each week's video. Be like something, but titles like these, like something like that, or posters.
I live in a world where I wish Month of Monsters was successful, and I could do that because that sounds amazing. Andreas is excited for erotic ghost stories. Kyle says, "If cannibal, why hot?" Anyways, and then there's a Krampus 4K Steelbook, which apparently includes the naughty cut.
Oh,
so it's got
I see that. Yeah. Interesting. I'm assuming that means it's gonna have because that film, no one dies. Cause I just seen that movie. No one dies in that film, so I'm curious what that means.
Let's see. It says. The naughty cut restores dialogue and scenes that had to be trimmed from the original theatrical release to appease the MPAA.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So language.
Yeah. So those Labyrinth and Dark Crystal sets, look at them. So this was fully revealed today. This is the Labyrinth set, which contains the movie, a booklet. I think it's 4K and Blu-ray of the movie. You get lobby cards, and then you get David Bowie's floating ball with a little stand that has the Labyrinth logo inside of it, which is kind of rad.
Nice.
And then there also is a Steelbook of Labyrinth coming out as well. So there is there's a Steelbook edition, and then there's also because it doesn't come with the Steelbook. Yeah, it's just a standard case in this one. So there also is a Steelbook, and then Dark Crystal comes with the Dark Crystal, as well as a booklet and lobby cards. So kind of a similar setup, but yeah, that is pretty rad. There's also this Steelbook for Dark Crystal as well.
Good old Jim Henson movies.
I have the Sony 4Ks, these 2 movies. I'm going to wait and see if they're going to be worth the upgrade. Because I think they got more bonus features, but great movies. Terrific stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Jim Henson
Creature Shops. Because they're not Muppet movies. They're creature movies. It's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bubblegum Crash, which had been previously announced by Animego, is now up for pre-order. This is the beautiful cover for it. This is the direct sequel to Bubblegum Crisis, which has been on Blu-ray for years. They have a full remaster of Episode 2, and Episodes 1 and 3 are upscales. If you order it through the Media OCD store, you can get an exclusive slipcover. And $25 for this ain't bad. It's out in January.
I mean, because I'm not familiar with anything of this universe, but like, is this like a series OVA?
It's 3 OVAs.
Okay, so that price makes sense.
Because the original Bubblegum Crisis. The original Bubblegum Crisis did not get completed because of a legal dispute between the people that made it. And it was like co-production stuff, and there was like a legal split. And so Bubblegum Crash is the ending that was produced by one party involved with the legal split, and Parasite Dolls was the ending done by the other party. As someone that's watched both, avoid Parasite Dolls like it's the plague. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Which one is... Wait, so is Crash...
This is the good one.
Crash
is the good one.
Parasite, AD Police, and 2040.
So what was it? One's the producer sequel, one's the creative sequel, one's the studio sequel, right? That's what
something like that. There's a great video on YouTube. If you look up like the history of Bubblegum Crisis on YouTube, there's a great video that goes into all the legal disputes and how it all shook out.
I've been meaning to get and watch some Bubblegum Crisis for a year because I know it's one of those like legendary like
OVAs.
OVA late 80s.
And then they got a 90s
OVAs.
TV reboot that I actually like a little bit more because it's a more cohesive story. Because it actually is a complete story. It didn't get like chopped up. What was that?
80 Police. There's 80 Police, Crisis Crash, 2040.
And 80 Police Files. There's 2 different 80 Police
Files.
Because there's an 80 Police OVA that's in the original Bubblegum Crisis timeline. And there's an 80 Police TV series that's in the 2040 timeline.
The way you guys describe it, make it sound like some like video game, like which path do you take? The dark path or the good path or something like that?
In this case, yes. With Crash and Parasite Dolls, it is one is the dark path and one is the good path.
And then there's Burn Up and Saber Marionette, but those are actually easier to follow, even though they have different names.
And for everybody wondering, the reason why 1 and 3 are upscales is because they do not have the film master for them. They do have the film master for 2, but they don't have anything for 1 and 3, so they're just upscales. So, I'm going to pick this up, though, because I like me some Bubblegum Crisis. I also need to pick up, I think they're sitting in my cart right now. What's the other one that's up for pre-order? Megazone 23. They remastered it. They made it better than the previous release. So...
Megazone.
Yeah.
Would you believe this? Just for fans out there, I don't care how you say it. It's actually Megazone 2-3 for some weird reason.
Oh, is it like Ultra 721?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Megazone 2-3. I'm gonna remember that now.
I don't care. I just want to say for the chat.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna say that, and people are gonna look at me weird. Not like when I say Pat Labor intentionally wrong, but
you know what's funny? I hear more and more people saying Pat Labor now, and I'm like, cool. That's how I used to say it too.
Yeah,
I still say Pat Labor.
It's like the old internet way of saying it when we were like phonetically pronouncing stuff, right? And so it's just stuck in my brain. Like instead of Pat Labor, which is Patrol Labor, because it's like the whole thing. But like,
Labor, Patrol.
Pat Labor just sounds cooler.
It reminds me how like a lot of series the X is actually silent. It's not Hunter X Hunter. Hunter. It's not Spy X Family. Spy Family. Yeah.
It's Sonic Shadow Generations.
Yeah. No. Zuka confirmed the X. Yeah, you do pronounce the X.
That one does have the X. Oh, that means they're in love.
Yep.
That's what it means when the X is there. It means the characters are in love.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna definitely get this in Megazone 2-3 because Animego's doing cool stuff. And my favorite part is I can buy directly from Media OCD and not through a stupid website like Crunchyroll, who is currently has a pending charge for my Gundam Witch for Mercury Blu-rays, but they're incompetent, so it's pending charge on my account twice. So I have no money for the next 2 days.
If I had nickel every time Crunchyroll score overstand for Gundam Blu-rays out, 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's free to have it twice.
Yep, and not to mention all the times that they don't process correctly, even though my card has money. What? Sorry, go ahead.
You guys, about the Krampus thing, I looked it up. All it is like, you hear some F-bombs, and then...
Yeah, that's what I figured, because it was a PG-13 movie.
Yeah. It's just a little bit naughtier language.
Yeah.
All right. In weird news, the Zaz collection, luckily not about David Zaslav, but Zucker, Abrams, and Zucker, the people behind The Naked Gun, Airplane, and Top Secret.
I love all those movies.
Love all of them too. Is getting a 4K Blu-ray box set with those 3 movies. It's out in like October. It's so weird. I'm like, those 3 movies aren't sequels to each other. They're just like,
they're not.
Yeah, all these people worked on them.
You could have at least done Naked Gun 1, 2, and 3. You know.
Yeah. I do like this picture of Leslie Nielsen just on the airplane.
But I do love all those
Fortnite glider.
This is
imagine
seeing this poster. If you're not familiar with alternate movie, and thinking this is like one movie, and go, what is this movie about?
Yeah.
Because Leslie Nielsen flying a twist up with flying cows everywhere. Why
flying cows wearing boots, sir? They are wearing boots. Yes. Weird collection, but sure, let's go for it, right?
Top Secret is Val Kilmer, not even.
Oh yeah, is Leslie Nielsen even in that?
I don't remember him being in it.
Or is he in it like for a little time?
He might have been a cameo. I don't remember. Because it was Val Kilmer.
Because he's not he's not like the lead in Airplane, right?
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he's not the lead, but he's in it at least.
Yeah, let's see.
Remember, people. Once people ask you, you always say there was no such thing as an Airplane 2.
Oh no, he's not even in it. He's not even in Top Secret. Yeah, it's even weirder.
Yeah, it's Val Kilmer. And,
it's just because these 3 guys, Jim Abrams, David Zucker, and Jerry Zucker did it.
Ugh, the Zuckers.
They're official. Okay, apparently that they have a page under Zaz, so this isn't as weird as we thought, I guess. But there's also other movies they've done. Just doing the. Anyways, moving on.
That Capcom fighting collector for spoof movies. Basically.
Speaking of double dipping, Spin Dash and I have lost our shit over this in the last couple days. The Doctor Who Complete Jodie Whittaker Years Blu-ray set. Why now? Because they did a 60th anniversary set that contained everything from Eccleston to Whittaker, and Spin Dash bought that, and then he sold me the Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi sets that were now his duplicates that look like this. And then I went and bought all the volumes for Whittaker, all freaking 15 of them. And now they put out a set, and so Spin Dash is like, well, dang, I wouldn't have sold them if I knew this was coming, and I wouldn't have bought all those volumes if I knew this was coming.
Right. Honestly, that fits with this era.
And there's 2 bonus features that were previously digital exclusives that are on the disc somewhere, but not on a new separate disc.
Oh God.
They've just been added to the disc at some point.
They did this to spite both of you.
Yes, I don't know if I want to buy it. Yes, it matches the other 2 sets I now have, but like.
So that's the question for new shooting not shot. Will you just wait until a set like this for him comes out?
No, because Disney Plus owns his shows.
All right. So that means it might be different, right?
I think it's going to be like Star Trek, where as much as I want to just be patient and wait it out, I'm going to inevitably just double dip. Like I did like Star Trek Discovery. You guys will see this next Blu-ray haul. I had to rebuy seasons 1 through 4 because the complete set has a complete new bonus disc that has 2.5 hours of new bonus features. So I had to rebuy the first 4 seasons that I already had instead of just buying season 5.
So naturally, we have to have a 1-year wait for A to attach to Disney if it's going to be in America.
Yeah, because like the BBC is putting out the Gotwa Blu-rays pretty quick, but we're only just getting the 60th anniversary specials next February because we're on a I think a Disney Plus delay. The nice part about this Whittaker set though, it's $47, which isn't bad. I paid $45 for her second series. I didn't know I just had to wait 6 months, guys. I didn't know I just had to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready to move on now? Because I have to move on now. Oh, right. Speaking of women. Muteki did bring up a good point. I said this in the Discord, as I've said it on stream. I love the characters in Whittaker's era.
It's the Erica. It's the era. Yeah, that's the problem.
It's the writing.
Yeah.
I love the characters, but man, they are like the weakest seasons of the whole show I've seen.
I know.
So
yeah,
far.
it's the characters I think are fine. It's just the right. Yeah, it's just
the writing's just man. I wish they had good material because I like the characters. And that's the thing is I come out of it going, I liked this because I liked the characters. If I didn't like the characters, I would have been miserable. Also, I just didn't like that version of the Master, and he takes up way too many episodes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm not.
After Missy, the Master should have been buried, and we should have never seen the character again.
I'm praying to God the 15th does not use the Master so soon.
I know.
I know there's hints. I know they're hinting, but I'm really praying.
The only way I accept the Master to come back during 15th's era is if it's Missy, and she's now an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Because her arc was so good. She was the best version of the Master. I loved it. Yes, that's right, Kyle. Big Finish is doing Whitaker soon, and I'm actually probably going to listen to those because I need therapy. I need to listen to some cool audio dramas, and that's a good entry point. You guys ready to talk about Star Trek?
Yes.
All right. Hiya Toys. I am now on a self-inflicted purchasing boycott of Hiya Toys.
Oh, boy.
Because...
Oh, wow.
for their Star Trek line. They have been doing the Kelvin Timeline Star Trek figures, and they have announced so far Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Chekhov, Sulu, Scotty, Keenser, Nero, Old Spock, and now Captain Pike. And I ask the question, where the hell is Uhura?
Where's the woman?
Exactly. It's not even like the Kelvin movies have that many women in them. There's like 3. Where's Uhura? Why are we getting Pike before Uhura?
I mean, technically, they're not against women. They've done Sakura. Yeah. I think they've done Sakura in their Naruto line. They're doing Makoto for their upcoming Persona 5 line. So
and they're doing
it's just weird that
Motoko from Ghost in the Shell. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like they're against women. So it's like, yeah, where's
Uhura? Why are we going into Pike now before completing the main cast? Also,
is there a Zoe Zadana likeness rate issue? Maybe
shouldn't be. We've gotten plenty of Gamora figures.
Well, yeah, but that might be part of the contract of Marvel. And I'm not sure how Paramount works with their contracts.
I don't know, but if it's an issue, they need to say it because I'm not going to buy these figures if there's no Uhura. Also, I want to add, you know how I listed off a huge list of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a single one has come out yet.
Yeah.
I have no idea if these are good in hand because not a single one is out, and they just keep.
That's because when were these announced?
A while ago. Do I need to go dig into my Big Bad Toy Store history?
Because let me look up.
Oh, here's Pike. He comes with a belt and a communicator and a phaser, whatever. I'm not mad at this figure. I just don't want to buy it if we're not going to be getting. I'm going to go through I'm going to go all the way back. I'm going to go through the Toy archives right now.
So, if you want Claire,
Keenser was announced in September 2023. When was the first? Kirk went up for pre-order August 2023.
I mean, Kyle, that doesn't really work because these are collector figures. So that's only sell online.
Yeah, they're previews exclusive. They're only specialty shops.
Yeah, Bandai had to worry about toy shelves. That's why the whole problem with the woman thing happened with Bandai because they were shelf warming. They don't need to worry about shelf warming with these guys this line. Also, in one context, Santa. So, Hiya Toys announced they had the Naruto license back in February 10th, 2022, and it just came out this year.
Yeah.
I think a couple months ago, so that's a 2-year gap.
They announced
for those.
Star Trek in February 2023. They showed them in July 2023. The first pre-orders were August 2023. And yeah, nothing's out yet. They are slow. And the dates they put out are completely inaccurate because every one of the pre-orders I have at Big Bad Toy Store are just pushing back. Every month they just change to the current month. So
yeah, so
I like the RoboCop figures, but this is the thing that's bugging me is the fact they haven't announced Uhura yet.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. Yeah, it's weird because I guess it makes sense why the Narutos came out first because they were announced first, but still, it is weird that
even when they showed all these prototypes at Comic-Con in this big display, there was no Uhura here, and I thought, oh, they're just sculpting her and they'll put her out later. But why are we when you start getting into Pike, and I just switched the wrong tab. When you start getting into Pike, we're too deep now to not be having Uhura at this point. Oh, speaking of, Hiya Toys also has the 6-inch line for Star Trek where they're $100 for some reason. I think they think they're Mezco. But anyways, check off the next one in this series.
Because wait, what scale? Because $100
for 6.2 inches, and all it is cloth clothing.
Like their Makoto, their Makoto figure for Godzilla is only 90, and she has like a lot.
Check off is $105.
Because I'm looking like Motoko. Yeah, there you go. Motoko comes with 3 heads. I can't tell. Like 2 heads, multiple hands, guns, a stand, and a cloth goods jacket. I'm not sure why. The only reason why I feel like these are more expensive than the Motoko figure is because licensing.
Yeah, it's the only guess I can take. Yeah, because the 4-inch figures, the 1/18 scale figures, they're $25, but that's sadly not that different for smaller company doing collector size 3 3/4-inch figures. Blade Raider, it's not the same actor for Strange New Worlds, just the same character. 2 different actors though.
Different timeline.
Yeah, different timeline. Also, because of how long this is taking, they said they have a license for Classic Trek, but they're getting the first Kelvin movie done first, and I'm like, man, it's going to take us like years before we even see anything.
Do they have release times for these? Because the Motoko figure on the site says release time Q2 2025.
Let's see. McCoy says 3rd quarter 2024. But that's the thing. He said 3rd quarter 2023 originally.
Yeah, Chekhov is listed on the site under Q1 2025 for Chekhov.
Big Bad Toy Store's hedging their bet, says June 2025 for Chekhov. And let's see where Pike they land. Pike is June as well.
It's hard to tell which state is more accurate, the Big Bad one or the actual toy company site. They can Hasbro.
This is the only Star Trek toy line right now.
Right now.
Because the only other Star Trek action figure line is X06, who make these beautiful things that make me cry every time I see them. Because I cannot justify spending $240 on this Beverly Crusher, but it's beautiful and it's amazing, and it's essentially like they shrunk Gates McFadden with some pin particles, put it on your desk.
It is frustrating because, like the other lines, it is frustrating because right now, because they are making 6-inch like Ghost of Shell and Godzilla. Like there's other. There's other companies making those, but they're just, so there's not much of a wait for those ones, badly. But there's only they're the only one doing Star Trek right now in that scale.
Now, speaking of Godzilla, they announced their next Godzilla is the 2001 Godzilla from Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, All Out Monsters, Giant Attack, my favorite Godzilla movie. I did order this because I am addicted to this design. Freaking demon-ass Godzilla is my favorite. I have the NECA figure, and this one has a better articulating tail by, like, miles. And the fact that, like, the Godzilla line, despite the fact they're 7 inches tall, he comes with an extra pair of hands, he's 7 inches tall, and he's $51.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can see why, though.
Monster Arts who? Monster Arts will sell you the same thing for, like, $120.
I didn't want to pick up a Hiya. I mean, essentially because I want to try a Hiya. Really cool. I do want to try a Hiya product eventually because essentially when they're getting since they have the Persona 5 license, God forbid when those come out. Now I'm thinking about it. I want to see how the figures are because like when it comes to these newer companies, it's always like you always want to make sure like are they good and such like that.
Wheels has gotten because they have released a couple Godzillas. They've released
specifically, I mean more talking like the humanoid figures because I know good things about the.
They have released some Godzilla stuff. Wheels has said they're really good. But
it's like the humanoid like the Motoko or
like I said, I got the RoboCop from a few years ago,
but those are smaller scale, right?
Those are the 8. Yeah, I don't know how their 6-inch scale figures are.
Yeah, I saw a review of the Naruto they made, and it's not bad. The only problem of it is it has literally no torso articulation. And it doesn't look bad, I'll say. Like it's only like $10 more than let's say the Anime Hero one, but they get the problem there is now it's almost reached the same price as the Figuart. That's my problem with them having the Naruto license because like, if I could just spend like a few more bucks to get the Figuart scenario there for that figure, but it's not a bad figure from what I've seen.
Yeah, the Motoko does look nice.
Yeah, it does. She looks nice. I mean, she actually has diaphragm joint, at least by the looks of it.
And the thing is, too, is this is the company that's putting out $100 King Ghidorah, just slapping monster arts in the face.
I do like a high-edge hands. I just see it. Yeah, I think if I'm going to get any, I might get the Motoko. Because she does look really nice.
She looks really nice. I think, for me, I really, like, I'm excited to see what their Star Trek figures are like in hand, but it does seem like they're announcing them so freaking early. That it's and I think the problem is that we're sitting at like 14 Star Trek items have been announced and none of them have come.
If I have a nickel, of two of the Star brands announcing stuff too far in advance, I'll 2 nickels, which is a lot. I was reading it twice,
and it can't happen a third time. So, but yeah, no, it's Hiya Toys developing situation. Jakks Pacific, a company that doesn't know how to announce anything. Somebody found a Shadow and Motorcycle set at Walmart.
You want to see because they did a big marketing push when the Sonic 2 merch came out. I don't think they did that with Sonic 3.
They haven't done anything. I was looking around for like official promo images, and there's nothing.
I think the only thing they have is the Target 4-pack for actual official promo images of the
Jakks has done zero They're like, these toys will sell themselves. We don't need to do anything.
I mean, they're not wrong. They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. They're not wrong. But it would be nice if they'd actually just like tweet about them. But anyways, this Shadow does not have as much articulation as the single 5-inch figure, and I haven't seen any comparisons to the size of this.
I have not seen anyone.
I wouldn't expect that, honestly.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone get this figure yet. So that's the kind of the most annoying because
by the way, if you're somebody that posts something online that like, look, I found this thing nobody else did, and you didn't buy it, everyone's just gonna hound you with questions.
Yeah, because his joints, the way how his joints look, especially you look at the back of the box, very similar to the 4-inch figures of Sonic Movie 2. But I can't tell if he's the scale to them or the 5-inch figures or not.
Yep.
Which is the most frustrating. But so it was really cool they did this because this is the first time they ever did like a vehicle with their bigger figures. Because the only other ones are
a different bike than what he had in the trailer, though.
Probably a concept art scenario, I imagine.
Blade Raider said there is a third. There's Stargate. Yeah, but does Stargate merch? Stargate doesn't get merch that often. Anyways.
I barely see them, man.
Yeah. So that exists somewhere. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, but still...
MOTU time. I want to wrap the stream up on a decent hour today. we got multiple streams this week, so...
I have... I do have to wake up early tomorrow.
All right, Donatello is getting... This is the Stealth Donatello, or the... context, sorry, I'm a little rattled. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Master of the Universe, Turtles of Grayskull. We have some new images of some of the new figures. They're going into a second year of the line, so the Turtles are getting second versions. This is Donatello's second version, which looks rad. It's got snake armor vibes.
Love his, flame effect piece.
He can remove his shield as a weapon? What the hell?
No, not all of them can do that.
That's...
Really? That's so weird.
That's not how shells work.
Yeah.
Especially for turtles.
Okay. We're also getting a Mecha who looks amazing, and I will buy because I love Mecha He's my fave. So, look at him. Look at him go. Look at my guy go. He's great. Turtles of Grayskull Rattler's amazing. Instead of the extending neck gimmick, his soul is popping out of his body instead.
Yeah, it's like, my God.
Or he's shedding his skin. Maybe that's the intention, but...
Either or, but it's just like, my God, it's gross, but I love it.
Amazing. Then we got the new Raphael, which is definitely... He's wearing He-Man snake armor. 100%.
Yeah, very O2 snake armor He-Man, which I love.
Yes. I do not like the turtles cannibalizing themselves by holding their shells. It's weird. There's also apparently listings for Cartoon Collection, Frosta, Faker, Catra, and Invisible Skeletor, Buzz-Off, and Leech. I almost said Beach and Luzz-Off, but Buzz-Off. I almost said Beach-Off. Damn it. Did Barbie call into my head? Buzz-Off and Leech.
Hey, Mattel.
That's so Mattel. Cartoon Collection Triclops, who naturally doesn't come with his iconic sword, but it comes with this thing.
The little drone?
Yeah. There's a lot of things that, the cartoon collections don't come with the iconic weapons sometimes. They just come with, episode-specific ones.
So I think they're kind of relying on you having the previous origin figure.
Yeah, that's a good short-term strategy, but long-term, there's also Man-E faces for Cartoon Collection. He has Man-E faces. And then we also have the cartoon collection Hordak, who I wish came with an arm cannon. I don't know why he just comes with...
Look at Mr. Pig Snorter.
He comes with a D40 instead of a...
When's our Christmas collection She-Ra and He-Man to go alongside?
When hell freezes over again.
I want them to make a Skeletor with that smile and makes that special.
He better come with the kids.
Yes, and the dog.
All right, Jada Toys. They put up pre-orders for Cammy and DJ with a... Oh, whoa. They said July 2025 when I pre-ordered them. They say October 2024
oh, God, they
now.
Uh-oh. I hope I get to afford them. Then
I hope this is one of those cases where they say October and they mean December.
I hope because
Dear companies, stop putting things out in October. Sincerely, everybody.
There's a giant hedgehog and Dragon Ball shaped hole in people's wallets.
Yeah. When I pre-ordered mine, they said July of next year.
July next year. God, that's gonna be time to change some planes then.
Guys, I think I need to start like being a pirate like Luffy.
I don't want to cancel them because I like those figures. The Jada line is that good, and I wanted to collect all of them. I was like, ugh. Yeah. I think sorry, Yusuke, I don't think I could get you that month then.
Falcon says they want everything to release in October, so it's in time for the holiday season. I get that, but by the time the holiday season rolls around, I'm out of money.
We're all broke. Well, time to make the budget. Well, I think.
Guys, is this DJ's first action figure?
No, he did get one, and so
no, it's not his very first.
But honestly, it's the best. It's the best looking one because I feel like a lot of people struggle with DJ's weird square jaw in Street Fighter 2, and honestly, I think this is the best he looks. Best looking action figure form.
I think. But
yeah, release dates aside, they look fantastic. Especially.
They do. Luckily, they're still sticking at 25.
Yeah, no, I mean they're worth it. They're worth it, thank God.
I know.
All right, you guys ready to talk about my favorite company ever, the Loyal Subjects? The Loyal Subjects, my favorite company ever. Just kidding. I don't like anything I bought from them. Anyways,
they're not horrible.
They're not horrible. I just don't like anything I bought from them. Everyone is innovating the toy industry in the smaller company space. Everyone's like innovating. There's Loyal Subjects who ask the question of, do joints work like this? And the answer sometimes is no.
I mean, to be honest, their price to ratio, like what you get in the box, is honestly not that bad.
It is fair. I just wish that they were fun to play with because those turtles left such a bad impression on me. I haven't bought any of the other IDW figures.
The Apex and Rat King are not bad figures. They aren't great, but they're better. The Hurry is pretty good with NECA.
One of these days, they'll make a figure that's good. Right now, they're in not bad, which is not the worst place to be in. Anyways, Loyal Subjects got a Hasbro license. No crazy reaction for that. Just okay, moving on.
Which franchise? It's
they got a Hasbro license because they apparently. Okay, I didn't even know they did this. They relaunched Rainbow Bright and Strawberry Shortcake.
Oh yeah.
When did that happen? I have no idea.
Yeah,
I knew of Boss Fight Studios doing Strawberry Shortcake, but I didn't know Loyal Subjects did. When did that happen?
I don't think I saw that.
They're like following the successful relaunches of Rainbow Bright and Strawberry Shortcake. When did that happen?
Ago. Like in 2018, but like I don't know if it's the same.
Let me look up.
There were comics. There were comics. I know. I used to review them.
Oh yeah, that's right. There were comics.
Loyal Subjects. What was it?
Strawberry Shortcake. Because I know Boss Fight was doing like Strawberry Shortcake figures that looked amazing, but
they're doing the newer dolls. Loyal Subject. Yeah, they're not doing like any action figures. They're doing like I think they're newer. They're making the newer dolls of Strawberry Shortcake.
Muteki agrees with you that it was years ago.
Oh no, there is. Okay, there is a 5-inch puzzle figure with soft goods clothes.
That was
for like
fight.
For $12.97.
Oh, I just never even knew that they brought those back.
Yeah.
Anyways, they got the rights from Hasbro to produce My Buddy, Gem, My Pet Monster, Popples, Rom the Space Knight, and Mask.
Yeah, because so what I'm looking at, Loyal Subjects, because Boss Fight, what they're doing with Raw Racer, it's kind of like the Super 7 effect, where they're making a collector's grade figure for Strawberry Shortcake, where Loyal Subject is doing everything else, like your dolls, your plushies, your basic action figure.
Yeah.
You know, for a basic action figure with soft good clothes, it's not bad for $12. But yeah, so I'm assuming it's very similar for these, where I'm assuming instead, like ROM, for example, I'm not sure we're gonna get like a collector grade ROM. It might be like a new toy, a new 12, like a new toy of the original toy.
That's what I was gonna say, because ignoring the Mask thing, they showed a Gem in the Holograms doll, and it's just like it looks.
But it is a new Gem doll.
It is a new Gem doll, but it's very 80s inspired. But it's got double jointed knees.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's newer. Like from what I'm looking at, it's not like retro new. It's like, oh, they're just continuing. Like, what if these toys were made today? Scenario.
And
so I imagine
looking at My Buddy, though, he looks exactly the same. But how would you update My Buddy?
Yeah.
Also, I had no idea Loyal Subjects did other toys besides this. I thought they just made action vinyls and action figures that feel like action vinyls.
Yeah.
I had a My Buddy when I was a kid. Anyways,
yeah, so
the interesting part, too, is that they said they're doing Mask, and it says Mask has all the crazy features, vehicles, small figures, removable helmets, closed box packaging of that killer logo splash, artwork and product shots, all coming back. They're in the same scale, and we're serving it hot and fresh like 85 never left.
They have done Hot Wheels stuff. I'm looking that up now. They have done Hot Wheels stuff before, Loyal Subjects.
But yeah, I would expect like a modern update of the original ROM toy, but not like a ROM toy line. Because Marvel Legends is doing ROM. That's our collector ROM.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like super big. Oh, new toy line for no. It's like I think it's gonna be like, you ever seen those like new Turbo Man dolls you see in Walmart, something like that. I imagine.
Oh god, did they make those?
Oh boy,
someone else make those.
Oh man.
Anyways, we're gonna see what happens next year. They're calling it the Hasbro Legacy line, which is weird for it coming from a company that's not Hasbro.
Well, because I mean, let's be honest. If there's one company that hates actually making toys for kids, it's Hasbro.
It's true. All their kids' toy lines are terrible.
What was that tweet? You made a great tweet. You made a great tweet.
Let me go pull that up. It's relevant. I made a tweet at 3 a.m, which I don't usually do. I usually stay off Twitter at night, but oh my god, the Fast and the Furious franchise is so dead, guys. Holy shit.
Oh, really? What happened?
I can't say it on stream. I think it's not appropriate, but
oh dear.
Someone got arrested. Anyways.
Oh god.
Well, if the next movie wasn't already pinned on Dwayne Johnson and Gal Gadot being the hooks, now one of the main cast got arrested. Shit. We are never getting that cliffhanger resolved. Son of a bitch.
No, they'll just say, "Oh, I got
sand at the beach."
Don't worry, guys. I got nice facial surgery at their in between movie scenario.
If you guys want to know who it is, you can look it up on your own. It's the guy that's also been in Transformers.
I'm gonna look.
Hey, you got a new haircut? Sure do. And that's it.
Like they did with President Ross in Captain America. They said shave the mustache or lose the election. It's like, let's just ignore the fact your face is different.
I just looked it up, and I'm not even. I knew I wasn't going to be surprised.
I was just like, that's why my first thought was, damn, the franchise.
Not even surprised, but all
right. So someone posted this tweet that said, "I hate this and that this has been the Transformers logo for like I know this technically counts as Transformers, but whatever. We're talking about it right now because it's relevant. I hate that this has been the Transformers logo for like a decade. I hate this stupid logo. Guys, that's like a pre-installed font.
It is pretty much.
It's also really corporate. Also.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like the Bandai Namco logo now.
Yeah.
Meh.
So I was looking at this tweet, and it was like 3 a.m, and I drew a graph, guys. The quality of Kids Aim Transformers, and how it's this like steady thing, and then just drops off a cliff. And it was about here in 2014 when they introduced that Red Generations logo. That generic logo.
And the thing, it's so accurate. It's so accurate because of that.
Because what was the worst movie line? The Age of Extinction one.
Extinction.
Yeah, that's when everybody was like, "Oh, movie toys fell off." And that was the year. That was when they introduced the logo.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're at a point where it's like, I got Deluxe Jawbreaker, and I had to buy him because Warrior Jawbreaker was so terrible. But I also had to buy Deluxe Jawbreaker off of a fishy Amazon listing with no photos because they don't have any distribution or availability to actually buy these things outside of just randomly finding them in stores. And my store's clearing them all out, so I just had to take a chance on the Amazon listing and hope I didn't get scammed.
Yeah, good luck trying to get Aftermath or Jawbreaker.
Or Hashtag or Spitfire, who just don't exist. Nobody has them.
Mm.
Anyways, that's Hasbro not good at the kid toy thing. So.
Yeah, because they hate making stuff for kids. That's how they got. It's like that's how they got a majority of their fans. It's like we were kids growing with these toys, something like that.
Yeah,
why do you think Power Rangers? Why do you think Power Rangers did not do well with Hasbro? Because they were bad doing kid stuff.
You got to serve the kids, so the kids will be your adult collectors later. I will talk about this. I kind of talk about this a lot, but I just want to briefly. I think it's insane. We have two completely filled out collectors' toy lines for Transformers, and then the kids are just getting regurgitated crap from 10 years ago. 10 years ago, gimmick figures that sucked are getting re-released for the new movie.
Well, you don't want racers.
I don't want bot shots back. I don't want freaking RID 2015 toys to ever exist again. And those same like 5 cyber first molds need to be yeeted into the sun because they need to go. The thing is that eventually the Transformers brand is going to die out physically. And Hasbro will be to blame because they didn't cultivate new fans. If you always chase the collector market, you're never going to have kids that have nostalgia to collect later in life. You know,
and this is not even just for Transformers. This is for anything, all the Marvel, Star Wars, all of them.
Yep, all Hasbro is underserving kids, and eventually the collector market will just die out because we're all going to get old and die someday. And if there's not another new generation coming in, there's nothing, you know?
And that's why, companies like Jakks Pacific or Jazzwares and such, I think, are doing great because they're making good stuff for kids and collectors.
AR said that as well. Many lines are doing very well because of kids and collectors. You make a kids line that is good enough that collectors want to buy it. And then you make a little sideline that caters to collectors. That's how
Jazzware is doing great with their Pokemon Kids stuff and their Fortnite and Halo, but then they're releasing those total anime figures, which are import quality practically.
The Sonic Movie 3 figures.
Mm-hmm. Those are kids toys technically,
but they are amazing. That's how you do it. Mm-hmm. You don't focus on the collector market so exclusively because it will eventually you'll just eventually lose your customer base because they will eventually all die. That's what we're going to do eventually. So that's that. All right, moving on. Marvel Legends. So I wasn't expecting this guy to pop up until PulseCon at the earliest. Oh, damn, Blade Raider, that's great. Transformers Generations, destroying the next generation of toys. That's it right there. They're going so far into the past, they have not created a future. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, Marvel Legends. I wasn't expecting the made-to-order Dragon Man to go for pre-order till PulseCon, but they decided to just drop him today. So for those that don't remember from the San Diego Comic-Con announcements, which was, a while back, and there was a ton of them, they are going to be doing Marvel Legends figures as made-to-order on Hasbro Pulse. Essentially, there's no backer limit, there's no Haslab thing going on. It's just going to be, we're going to make this, here's the figure, do you want it? You have until this date to order it. And in this case, the first one went up. Dragon Man went up today, and he's available for pre-order through October 17th. They will not charge you until he ships.
Thankfully, since he's made to order, that means there's no worry about stock for him, I imagine.
Yes. I don't think we have to worry about... He's not going to sell out. It's going to be you have to order him. Thank you, Kyle, for thinking what's in my brain. Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, exactly. So for $85, which is not bad at all... Even with shipping and stuff, you'll come in there.
How is the log Young Crystal said only $10 cheaper?
$15 cheaper.
$15 cheaper. God, that said fresh fee.
Yeah. Lockjaw Crystal is like overpriced at $70. I'm just worried that if I don't buy it right away, it's going to sell out. And I'm going to be sad.
It's already sold out on Amazon.
Yeah. Falcon says if you miss them, they may not have more after the orders are filled. Yes, exactly. So if you want this guy, do it now. Maybe they'll do a second run later, but there's no guarantee of that. I'd say. And here's the thing. They won't charge you until it ships because that's how Pulse's website is set up. You don't have to pay $85 plus tax and shipping now. Muteki, the Lockjaw set sold out on Amazon a couple times. It keeps coming back, so I'm not sure where the demand is on it. Anyways, for Dragon Man, if you want him, order him now. If you don't have the money, you may be able to cancel later or pull the old, let me put an old card number on there and watch it cancel itself. That's I have to do things sometimes. It's how I run my Hopping Japan account. I'm like, I don't know when these back orders are coming in. I'm just going to put this old card on here. And they'll be like, change your payment method or lose your order. Okay, I can do it. So anyways, this is going to close on the 17th of October, and then they're going to put it in production. So this August 15th, 2025 date feels accurate. I think unlike other Hasbro product, this will be pretty on point. Or at least it should be.
I'm debating or not. If I want, cause sadly, I'm not familiar with Dragon Man enough because I haven't read any stories with him in it.
Ryan, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Okay, I'm going to give you all the solutions to solve this problem for you. Ready?
Yeah, because I don't want to have the case of the FOMO because that was my problem with Marvel.
You have till October 17th to read Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run.
I know. I've been meaning to pick up that run for a while. Just money. It's the problem.
Go find it online through Marvel Unlimited, the handy subscription service, and not any other place you can.
I really should, because I do have it, thanks to a friend. But I really should
go read the Fantastic Four run from Jonathan Hickman. If you fall in love with Dragon Man and feel like you have to have a figure of him in your life, that will be the run to do it. If it doesn't do it for you, then you're never going to read a Dragon Man comic that will do it for you.
Yeah, that's the case. Yeah, because I got the case of the That's
in my whole experience of the Fantastic Four. All the comics I read with Dragon Man, Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run made me love the character. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I mean, part of me is also like, that's the one that was hard to get during the Toy Biz days, but... So...
Yeah, because I don't want to get the case of the FOMO because of a character I had no context of scenario. That was the problem with me with the 85-year line. I was pre-order everything, even though I didn't have so much interest with Hulkbuster Odin. I just got it because, cool toy, don't want to get sell out, say blah, 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 say and such. So, I don't want to have that case.
Nice part, confirmation, he does come with 2 sets of wings. Half splayed out, which is still like 17.5 inches. That's as much as you want because I have so many Gargoyles with full splayed out and they're impossible to deal with. But he also has folded up wings, so you got options.
That's so nice, yeah.
And he comes with his book and his glasses from the Fantastic Four Jonathan Hickman run. So, Falcon says, since it's a pre-order and you don't have to pay until shipment, you have a year to cancel if you decide to do so. That's also an option. Let me actually double check that because I did order him earlier.
Because I think he's definitely worth that price because he's a big Goliath of a figure.
Everybody in the Discord was like, we were playing the game of what the price was. I was playing the game this morning with somebody. I was like, I think it's going to be at least 100. So for him to pop up at 85, I was like, oh, okay, let's go. You know what I mean?
I think that's what honestly that makes the Crystal Lockjaw more frustrating to me because this is worth the price versus that for. Plastic. How much plastic is that dog using?
I don't know. I don't even know if it's a solid dog or if he's hollow. Adding to this, with the made-to-order stuff, I have a friend who collects Star Wars, and he ordered a made-to-order thing and was able to cancel it before it came out. So I don't think they're going to lock down the orders. I think you still will be able to cancel later. So if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking you want it, and you're certain you want it, you have till October 17th. Get your order in. And then cancel it later if you have to, kind of thing. I think it's a good strategy, I think. Infinity War-Torn said Lockjaw having no knees is sad. It is, but I think Mezco couldn't even get no knees. I think he's just such a thick boy.
Dog too fat.
Yeah, dog too fat, I think, is the actual answer here. Because isn't he like a pit bull?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those animals are like... Those animals are like sad because their bodies reject them. It's true. Like
that's the way to describe them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cosmo Battlefield at least, but that was a very fit dog. It was not this big, chunky pitbull. The thing is, if I hold the Lockjaw figure and I'm like, there could have been knees, then that's one thing. I can't, like, guess off of it. But unlike the Mezco one, which didn't have ankle joints, he does have ankle joints. And unlike the Mezco one, he has those swappable legs so he can sit down, because the Mezco one can't, because he only has hips. So, I'm still like, that set should have been 60. 65,
yeah, 60
maybe.
Fine,
I would have, but 70 is just like, Bulldog, that's what it is. Yeah, he's a bulldog.
Yeah,
By the way,
they have
guys,
a lot of health issues.
Month of Monsters may be dead, but NECA's not. NECA has announced some new stuff. We have a Bride of Frankenstein's monster in black and white. The previous color version was only in with the chair, which is still only a NECA store exclusive, even though they said that would be released later. It was just NECA store first. And I'm like, it's later. Where's it at? I don't want to order from NECA store. Your shipping sucks. Not the shipping's good. It's just it costs like $15 to ship one figure. But anyways, there's that. And then we also got the Invisible Man now in his bathrobe look. So kind of similar vibes to the previous business suit one, but he's got all
I see this look. I see this look. I want to play some classic like piano music. He's like about to tell you a story with his robot.
Like,
this is the one I based my Invisible Man like costume off of. Was this one? So.
I've been expecting you know.
Yeah. This crazy guy. I like how he comes with 2 different neck pieces, so you can have the scarf or without the scarf. 4 heads. 5 heads. 5 heads in total.
I mean, wouldn't your Invisible Man cosplay just be you off screen?
Technically. But, you gotta do the bandage thing, because otherwise you don't have acting. Just got voice. There also, for Beetlejuice, there is a Toonie Terrors 2-pack of Beetlejuice and Monica Bellucci. Oh, right, her name was Dolores. Guys, it's Monica Bellucci. I mean, that's just the end of the story there.
I wish the Toonie Terror Beetlejuice looks more like the animated series, to be honest.
Does he?
He's got that vibe. I guess...
that's similar vibe, but not the one-to-one animated series look.
Because the Beetlejuice for the first movie that they made in Toonie Terrors was also like that, where it's like kind of toon vibe, but because they're not doing the animated series, it is kind of like more of a...
It might be a separate license scenario.
Yeah, I think it's a separate license that Loyal Subjects has.
Because the Bill and Ted animated figures were basically based off the Bill and Ted animated series, right? It wasn't just like Bill and Ted. Yeah, it wasn't specifically based on the movie.
Yeah, those were specifically based on the animated series. Same with the Back to the Future figures. Mm-hmm. The Toonie Terrors are supposed to be based on live-action movies, but in a cartoon style. I will probably pick this up because I love Toonie Terrors. Same with the Lydia and Astrid 2-pack, which is, of course, your Winona Ryder Lydia, but it's the adult version, and then her daughter Astrid, who was played by Jenna Ortega, which, great casting, having Jenna Ortega as Lydia's daughter. That was just perfect. So, yeah, pretty cool. All right. McFarlane Toys, the bane of our existence sometimes.
Crazy Uncle Todd.
Crazy Uncle Todd. So the Page Punchers, we talked about these last week when they got revealed, but now we have the accessory loadouts. That's what I want to mostly focus on. The Deathstroke does have 2 heads, unmasked and masked. He does come with a staff, a sword, and he comes with one of Cabal's weapons from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, the hook blade, yeah.
And unlike other companies that can't share parts between, the Cabal sword is just straight up the same mold as the one from the Mortal Kombat figure.
Yeah, because this is nice. Because he is like a repaint of the previous Rebirth Deathstroke, so it's nice that it's a nice way to get the figure out. But I always prefer the blue and orange and the black and orange.
I prefer the blue too. It reminds me of the days when George Perez drew him.
Yeah.
The card art though is a completely different costume. I don't know what the heck's going on there. But anyways, so there's him, and then Robin comes with a sword. Which is also reused from Mortal Kombat.
No, is it? No, is it? Because I know that's the same sword that If the Frontiers Damien comes with.
If it does, it's reused from... can't remember the name of the character from Mortal Kombat that has a sword.
Kenshi?
No, they didn't make Kenshi.
Oh, there's a sword. He says Kenshi in MK.
It was one of the variants in 11. Anyways, that sword is not originating from DC. That I do know. Oh, no, that sword's from Spawn.
Okay.
That's one of the Ninja Spawn swords. Now that's what it was. Okay. Ninja Spawn. But he interestingly comes with a cut-in-half Professor Pig mask.
I hope that means that Professor Pig is coming, especially since they're doing more of these the Grant Morrison run stuff here.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But also
He looks great.
Look at that sick ass wired cloth cape and hood.
Cape.
That's a cloth hood.
Hood. Yeah, the hood. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't have any pictures of him with the hood up, but it does.
You definitely could pull it off, probably.
Yeah, definitely looks like it. All right, next up in McFarlane Toys, the new 66 Batman wave. Blade Rider, yeah, DC and Mortal Kombat are owned by the same company, but there's a thing like Hasbro can't use like the Iron Man blast effect parts for Star Wars figures because of licensing, even though
how even engineering they can't borrow like G.I. Joe's engineering, for example, for Marvel and such like that.
But Todd's just like, I don't care, I'm going to reuse Raiden's effect parts for Black Adam.
Again, it's the classic case where Todd's the leader of his own company. He doesn't have any upper man. He is the upper man.
So the DC Retro line, we have a Wonder Woman. This figure is based on Wonder Woman as she appeared in the Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77 comic.
Which is loosely based on Linda Carter, right?
Loosely based on Linda Carter. It doesn't look like her because legally can't. But that is a comic based on the Linda Carter show, the way the Batman 66 comic was based on the 60s Batman show. I picked her up because not only does she go with the 60s Batman stuff, because she was in the comic, they also had already made a Superman based off of a variant cover, and I went and bought the Superman because I had kind of been
Retro Trinity.
Yeah, Retro Trinity, because I was like, oh, maybe I don't need the Superman, because he wasn't actually in the comic. He was just on a cover. And then they announced Wonder Woman. I'm like, okay, now I need the Superman. So there's that. But she looks nice. I like how she comes with a lasso that's actually a corded lasso, not like a plastic one. They did that with the Collector Series Wonder Woman. I really appreciated it.
I really hope they re-release that figure.
Yeah. Weird things that they don't re-release sometimes. All right, next up, Batgirl. This one's weird. This Batgirl is the mold for the cartoon New Adventures of Batman Batgirl, but in comic colors. Not 66 Batman comic colors, just main DC comic colors.
How'd you like it? That looks kind of cool. Honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat vibe. She does come with a set of bat cuffs and a Batarang.
Better head sculpt also, because the purple one was creepy.
Yes.
That smile.
Because the purple one had to legally be distinct from the likeness of the actress. So that's pretty cool. And then, here we go. Clock King, who is listed as a comic figure. Even though he was in the show, they are basing him off of the comic book appearance, which is probably because of the likeness rights of the actor. Same thing with Batgirl. When they released her, she's clearly the TV version. It's clearly Yvonne Craig, but legally it's the comic book art. And I think that's just what this is as well. But, of course, it is another Batman villain we hadn't gotten yet, so I picked him up. The two figures I ordered were Clock King and Wonder Woman, because I'm not doing variants at this stage in the game. So I'm just trying to stick to the main characters. All right, next up, this Red Batman. This one's got a funny story behind it. The Italian comic books always colored the 60s Batman in these colors, to the point where they made the poster for the movie with Batman in red and Robin in blue, and some US DVDs from Fox even used those colors, which is bizarre. He also comes with a folding bat shield, which is nice. I like how they're kind of sprinkling the wacky accessories across the.
I thought it was a throwback to the weird Kenner B-Test Red Batman figure.
Yeah, no,
I
thought, I think that's the immediate thought, but like go into your bat history, it is based on the old miscolored official stuff starting in Italy. And then another variant we have is Desaturated Colors Joker. A lot of promotional photos you'll see from the 60s Batman show and behind-the-scenes photos, Joker will be in these colors. Because his suit got washed out with the film getting washed out. You can find several photos like this.
So this isn't like... so it's not like a blue shirt Bart or purple Rita scenario here?
No. It's an unintentional side effect of film degrading. And lighting changes. The other thing is he does come with the dehydrator weapon from the movie, which, of course, can go on your regular Joker if you wish, which is pretty cool. Muteki said mustache on face. I think he does. It's faint, but that should be. And then rounding it out, we got Batgirl's motorcycle, I think for the first time ever in a toy. Like, straight up. we've never gotten her motorcycle before.
Her weird looking motorcycle.
Yep. So this shot. These figures do not have hips to ride motorcycles. This is the biggest trick of the eye.
She's standing, isn't she?
She is riding side saddle. There's another shot right after that shows you how they did it, where you have to turn her waist and then just illusion her legs. Luckily, because of the big frilly stuff, you can hide it pretty well. But she's not riding that bike normally.
So Rio's the right, and she had to.
Yeah, she's got to be at a 90-degree angle, like she's in marching band, aka the thing that screwed up my rib cage.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I have an uneven rib cage due to marching band, and probably back problems due to turning my body 90 degrees from my legs.
You're like I always love when you do break the camera for first shooter game. So when you move the camera, you have the character always looking forward with their gun, but their legs are like dislocating, just rotating everywhere.
Yep.
You move up.
That was basically how marching band ran, and because I did that as a teenager, my body is still paying for it. Anyways,
you got that '90s comic book woman waist turn look.
It doesn't work anymore, but at the time I could legitimately do that. The chest and butt in the same frame shot. Yeah, that was how bad my back was. Anyways, I also ordered the Batgirl cycle because I have the other vehicles. So we need a Batcopter. It's like the last one we need.
and a shark. And
a shark. We got the boat. We just didn't get a shark. All right. Next up, Robin of Earth 2 in a look I do not recognize. For Earth 2 Robin.
I saw this. What is this? He looks like a bootleg, not Robin you see in other shows to me.
Chat. Anybody in chat read every Crisis on Multiple Earths thing? Because I feel like it had to have popped up there. This is not the look from Crisis on Infinite Earths, which they claim. That's not how this Robin looked there. This is just another look.
Not to insult Invincible, because I do like it, but he looks like an Invincible character.
He does. He does look like an Invincible character. I saw the saddest tweet where someone said, TV shows are taking so long. When Invincible came out, I was a high school sophomore. I'm now a college sophomore, and we only have 2 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And then we got a Silver Age Joker, who I think looks fantastic.
He looks great. I love that look.
Yeah, it looks
great.
pretty good.
I think he's reusing the chest from Arkham Joker, but still looks great. The head, especially.
The head really sells it.
Speaking of McFarlane, have you seen those bat cowls they're releasing also?
The 1/3 scale bat cowls, yeah.
So you too can become Michael Keaton and not turn your head.
God, it's the fact that Dark Knight made a plot point about turning his head was really funny to me.
It's just funny when you look at the anime series. One has a cell shade, but if you wear it, you have it's cartoon cell shade and realistic chin underneath it.
All right, let's get to the last bits of news. There's not the news this week is kind of light. I'm glad we're having fun with it. I'm glad it's not a flood. We're in the calm before the Hasbro PulseCon storm. All right, let's do this. So, Super 7 did something weird, guys.
Oh yeah, so can you explain?
Let me rephrase. Super 7 did something weird, guys. I gotta remember when I do the chapter times, I always do it when I switch the title cards, so I need to start when I switch the title cards. Yeah, Super 7 announced new toys that are old. Let me explain. So on Target's Fall Geek Out, which is their dumb little thing they do where they have several weeks of partiers going up, they have 2 Target exclusive Godzilla figures and 2 not exclusive but still released at Target figures. And what these are called Super 7 Deluxe. So here's Lion-O. Lion-O here is the light-up Lion-O mold with the more cartoon-accurate body without the light-up eyes, and he only comes with the claw shield and the sword, and he's $35.
Does he have legs? Because he doesn't look like he has legs.
He does have leg articulation. The problem is because it's the digital render, you can see the cut for those knees and the ankles. It's just, digital render. You can't see it as well.
A budget. So because it's similar to when the metallic Power Rangers Ultimates are only $35 and they only come with 2 weapons. This is the same thing, but
these are going to be at retail. These are actually supposed to be in retail
honestly,
stores.
Honestly, I think this is actually a smart move because that's the problem with me with Super 7s. I can't afford most of them, and really, I don't really need all the accessories. Like this is
And
all
personally speaking, the accessories I pay extra for on the Ultimates, I don't use 90% of them.
Like the only thing I wish this lineup came with is the dagger form, and that's it. Really, that's the only thing I think is missing. But honestly, I might pick this up because I've been meaning to get a classic line. I have to tell you,
I did
Bandai
order this
figure.
because it is the new cartoon style mold.
And plus, like you have all the accessories from the other line. You don't. I don't. Like, what's the point? Because
even then, when I post them on the shelf with all those other accessories, all I ever had them with was cloth, shield, and sword.
Sword, yeah.
Yeah. They also are releasing Monkey in the same format where he just comes with his mace, but that's also a really big figure. Like he's chunky. That's an amazing figure, by the way. It's one of my absolute favorites in the line. If you guys are like, I want to buy a cool Monkey Man, buy Monkey, he's great. Now the interesting part is there's two Godzilla figures. Here is Godzilla, and here is Mecha Godzilla. Now here's something to know: these are not the same line. The Super 7 Deluxe applies to... They're called Toho Deluxe, but these are not the same molds as the Ultimates.
I would say it's weird to call it Deluxe, even though these are the budget-friendly versions of them.
Yes, because the Ultimates for Godzilla were $85, so bringing them from $85 to $35 would be insane if you only could cut accessories.
Yeah, so it's weird that it's called Deluxe. You need to call it, like, Super 7... I don't know, basics or Super 7 like essentials or something.
Also, according to this graphic, they're only 5 inches tall.
Yeah, so these are brand new figures, right?
Yes, these are brand new. They may share some sculpting detail with the Ultimates, but these only have a neck swivel, hip swivel, ankle swivel, elbow swivel. Maybe I don't even know if it has an oval bend. And
so it doesn't look as it doesn't have the same posability as say the Bandai Godzilla action figures, for example.
And it doesn't have nearly the same posability as the Super 7 Ultimates.
Yeah.
And yes, it does look like Falcon that they do come with two halves of the same building.
Build a building.
Build a building. But yeah, so those are kind of like, they're supposed to be just more affordable versions. And those are Target exclusive. Whereas the two Thundercats are not listed as Target exclusives and should be available in more places.
The line, no, I'm definitely getting. I'm not sure about because I'm not sure I'm going to go all in on his Thundercats line because I have a lot of other lines to pick up.
If you run across a Monkey at Target and you have $35 in your pocket, it's totally worth it.
The Godzillas, I'm not sure because honestly, I'm honestly happy. Yeah, because I'm happy with the Bandai action figures more honestly because they have posability. They have actual like posability and beam effects. So
for me, I'd rather just spend like an extra $15 and get a Hiya Toys.
Hiya, or a Hiya. Yeah, I feel like that's my problem with the That is my problem with the Super 7 line. Is I feel like we're getting too much. There's so many Godzilla lines out right now that like
it's like Turtles, where the license suddenly exploded open. But unlike Turtles, every company's doing the same things.
Like you have the Bandai action figures. You want like a very cheap budget, $20 Godzilla action figure. You have your Hiya Toys. You want higher end, not Monster Arts price, but good posability, good detail. Maybe not many accessories, but that's like 40-ish. Then of course you get Monster, 50-ish, and you get of course Monster Arts, which is the high end stuff.
And then you have these which are $35, and I kind of don't feel like they have any purpose.
I guess the only advantage Super 7 have is they have a little more monster variety, but still, it's Unless there's just
let's see if we get anything besides Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla, because that's kind of the problem with a lot of these lines.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The interesting part too is that not on Target, but on Super 7's website, there is a Conan that is just him and his sword. Also,
which Conan is this based? Which Conan is this based on?
This is based on Arnold.
Conan? Oh, is Arnold Conan? Okay.
Arnold Conan, yeah. So Blade Raider says, I wish they did the same for Thundercats as Godzilla. 5-inch more appealing to me, and if they drop the price like 20, 25. Yeah, I think the Godzilla's being 35 still, and that smaller scale is kind of weird. Like, I think they should have been cheaper. But
how tall is the Bandai figure? Where's my tape measure?
Adding to this, Preternia made a really cool graphic to show, like, Reaction is 20-ish, Super Kaiju 35-ish, Vintage figures are 30-ish, Deluxe is 35, Ultimate's 55, Super Cyborg 125. With the Kaiju Ultimates for Toho are 85.
So the Bandai action figure guys are about around pretty much at 6 inches height wise.
Okay, so they're actually taller.
Yeah, and from tail width, it's from toe to tail. 7 inches from across. So yeah, these are I think slightly smaller. I'm not sure how smaller, but still.
Yeah.
If you want a comparison.
But anyways, this is a nice scale chart, so you guys can see like what these lines are in size comparison to each other. So shout out Preternia, one of the best in the biz, reporting on toys. You guys ready for Bandai's news?
Yep.
All right. Here's the Boon Classic and the Boon something. What is this? Boom Boom Racing and Boom Boom Classic. They're now in blue. That's all the Bandai toy news for today.
So when's Boom Shadow?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Boom Shadow because we got red and blue and you need Shadow, right? Yeah, these are just repaints. They work the same as the previous ones. And yeah, that's pretty cool. But that's it. That's it for Bandai toys. That was all. That was literally all. I couldn't find anything else.
For once.
For once. And we only got 3 pieces of Figuarts news, which is also kind of nice. So Bandai took a chill pill this week, and I am grateful. Thank you, Bandai. Let's just pull this up. Let's pull this up. Let's scroll this down. All right. Here it is. So, SH Figuarts teased Beetlejuice. I know it just looks like a gravestone with green energy, but they said on the Facebook post it was Beetlejuice.
Oh, the line died. Oh, damn, Figuarts died, guys. You had to revive it.
Yeah, SH Figuarts dead. We must revive. Yeah, no, but anyways, SH Figuarts Beetlejuice is coming in the future, which is interesting. Oh, I just noticed the eyeballs in the G and the A. That's cool. Next up, the New York Comic Con exclusive Figuarts Super Vegito from Super. The Dragon Ball Super, Vegito. But this is a variant. We've gotten one before. This is metallic painted. The sparkly hair comes with some effect parts. Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about translucent hair on your Saiyans? Do you dig it or not your ding?
I kind of dig it when it comes with an aura effect like that. So, yeah. I don't know. It's always part of some exclusive I'm never going to buy. Like, I feel like if I got it in hand, I could decide if I liked it or not, you know?
The old Super Battle collections would have...
oh, yeah.
The golden hair?
The metallic hair, the gold hair, and then, like, the yellow hair.
Yeah, the different variations.
I'm like you. If it came with the aura, it's cool.
Yeah, because I feel like it's part of the display.
It's like,
it's
kind of weird.
Oh, I just look up Bandai. Bandai's doing the dragons, the 12-inch limit breaker figures for anime heroes now. I just saw on Big Bad.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, the Titan hero scale, like 12-inch figures. On Big Bad they have a Naruto and Sasuke. They're just called Anime Heroes Mega. Is the line.
Okay, that's pretty cool. The last Figuarts news is probably the big one. It's only had 2 episodes so far, but Kamen Rider Gav's Figuart's been announced.
I know how I feel about this figure.
Let's talk about it. Okay, here he is. He's got translucent parts for his armor, so he's got that gummy look to him. Looking pretty neat. He's got the belt, of course. Well detailed. He comes with a little Gojitsu.
Okay, I know. So I just noticed on the Bandai
you notice what's not here? His frickin' sword.
His sword.
We had several years where the main rider came with their main weapon, and now we're back to they no longer come with the sword.
Yeah. I do notice I was still looking at the Gav figure, and I think the reason why I don't really have interest on the Tokusatsu Figuarts that much is, man, I get this to look like real people, but man, the proportions look like they hinder a lot of the articulation, honestly.
A lot of the times the designs hinder the articulation too, because
that too.
There's just a lot of clashing of parts, yeah.
But seeing how cool the engineering is on like a lot of the anime Figuarts, how like great crunches and double knees and butterfly and such like that.
Even the live action One Piece figures are a little bit better articulated when they have human proportions.
Yeah, seeing like have very bulky chests. Yeah. I don't see any good crunch on that. Then again, I'm still not happy about Figuarts Reno having a horrendous crunch, making nothing at all on that figure.
Yeah. Might as well not even put a joint in there.
Yeah, I know.
About Super 7 doing with the Silverhawks.
But this figure looks fine. I mean, I haven't seen the show yet.
I think the problem I have with it is it's 4,500 yen, no sword, and apparently it's not coming out in the U.S. or EU or Latin America. usually we've gotten every writer figure art, including like P Bandai ones, except for the 01 figures and event exclusives. We've gotten pretty much everything for the last like year or so since Geats started, and now suddenly no U.S. release listed. Doesn't mean there won't be one, because I saw the Bandai U.S. Facebook page post about it, but they've done that before and not brought the figures over. So hopefully it's just a typo, and we are still getting U.S. distribution.
I mean, I think essentially because essentially compared to Figuarts Arc, what he's 25, he's like 35, right? And he comes with his sword.
And Arc comes with his sword. He's 35, and he's getting a U.S. release. The thing I'm concerned about is if he's not going to get U.S. release, that means none of the P Bandai figures for his series will, and then therefore when the sword does pop up in P Bandai land, we won't have any way of getting it.
Also, speaking of Bandai, I also noticed on the Bandai Namco like new stuff released on B-Bad. They're re-releasing some King Odra stuff. They're re-releasing the King Odra Action Hero Cool God Odra and the King Speeder set and the King weapon. Like they're up for pre-order.
And they're like Big Bad getting some runoff stock from somebody, or
I'm not sure because they're priced under dirty for the Cool Odra and King Speeder sales. It's $29.99, and the King weapon is $35.99. I don't know those original prices of those or not, but like I just
those feel a little cheaper. Actually, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I just find seeing that as like, wait, what? Why are those new? Like, why are they under pre-order?
Yeah, it's kind of sometimes that happens with God, my brain. Sometimes it happens like Bandai suddenly, like, or Big Bad suddenly gets stock of old Bandai stuff that they just happen to.
They just do random things, especially because it's the Cool God Older figure and vehicles and the King weapon.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. You guys ready to do the Transformers news? It's our last piece of news for the day. Cool. Oh God, I forgot what the news was. Ugh. We have explanation day. Explanation time. It's gonna be fun. Okay. And so, we had already talked about Transformers Day coming up, right? So on the 17th will be Transformers. Oh, sorry. So on the 17th, we already talked about how Transformers Day is coming out on September 17th. This was announced by several people within the fandom, as well as the announcement of 2 figures that will go up for pre-order that day: B-127 from Transformers 1, as well as Alita 1 from Transformers 1. Both of these being Studio Series Deluxes. So yeah, those. Here's our look at them. I think B looks a little weird.
His chest looks weird. He has like a very like front chest thing.
Yeah, he does come with his knife hand though. Both of them. He comes with 2 knife hands and 2 guns. That's actually pretty nice for these, and a rifle on top of that. So that's like 5 accessories.
I feel like all the Transformers 1 figures, especially like look at Megatron and Bumblebee and Lita, they look very concept art-y. I feel like.
Yeah, I think the YOLO Park model kits are looking much better than these.
Yeah, those don't have to worry about transformations, but still.
And Alita 1, I think, looks the best out of all these so far. I think she's got the most solid, like... I'm not exactly sure how she transforms, which is a cool feature. But it's nice that we got the main 4 confirmed before the movie comes out, because that doesn't always happen. Remember how long we waited for Wheeljack in the Rise of the Beast line?
You mean Pablo, right?
Pablo. All right, next up, Masterpiece God Bomber official images this time, not just show floor images. He looks great. I think he looks better than Genrai. Maybe a hot take, but I think he looks better than Genrai overall. He's got blast effects for his trailer mode, which is pretty cool. He comes with 3 Headmaster Juniors. He comes with the 3 Headmaster Juniors in their human forms, so they can ride in his front cab. Of course, the trailer works as a trailer addition to Genrai, and then of course everything combines into God Genrai. So pretty cool. That's his breakdown of parts. Hopefully he's stable, because I know that was an issue with the Legends one on some copies, that he couldn't like hold together in robot mode. So let's see how that goes. Then, if you want something a little crazier, there is the Takara Tomy Mall exclusive God Bomber Special Box Set Edition, which will come with a box that can hold Super Genrai and God Bomber in it. And he will also include parts based on God Bomber's original prototype.
Oh, really?
Which is such a deep cut, I have no idea how to actually describe it any further than that. He has alternate head and torso, and I think a shoulder cannon that are all unique pieces to this set that are based upon his original prototype seen in like old magazine shots. And that's kind of wacky. Super wacky, in fact. But there you go. Otherwise, the accessory layout's the same. He does come with a stand, though. So I don't know what that stands for, because that's like a reuse of the stand that came with...
Spinalbot?
Yeah, I think so. It kind of looks like the train stands as well, where you can like lift somebody up, but I don't know why you do that with God Bomber. But yeah, so it comes with the normal stuff plus the extras. And it doesn't come with the Super Genrai. You have to put it together yourself. It'll just have space for Super Genrai. So yeah, no price information. Those coming out in June. The next dramatic capture set, we briefly talked about them. This is Astrotrain, Starscream, and Blitzwing. I don't have any of these figures, so I'm kind of tempted to get this set because
they do look nice. The paint looks a lot better on all of them. I would always say that also.
I didn't get Blitzwing even when he was on clearance. I just didn't feel like it because I didn't have Astrotrain. I didn't want Astrotrain because he was so grimy. The Siege Astrotrain was so grimy. He didn't get a clean version. This looks really nice. And then Starscream is, I don't think they have a picture of it, but he is the coronation. There it is. It is the coronation Starscream with the cape and the crown and the updated like
no chair.
Joints. And
but no chair.
No chair because they just put that chair with Megatron, the other dramatic capture.
Megatron, right?
Yeah. No chair, but I was never going to use a chair. So I'm kind of into this set. This is 3 figures I don't have because I just have the Earthrise Starscream. This one is an upgrade. So I'm kind of tempted by it. Yen conversion price makes it 115. Scheduled for release in April. It hasn't come up for pre-order yet, though. So I've been kind of waiting to see what the Hasbro Pulse price will be. But that's Transformers, and that's the news. That's the news, guys.
Hurrah!
Yay, we finished 15 minutes shorter than last week. Hooray. We're gonna Falcon Sec said Rattler just passed 24,000. I'm glad I'm glad it's going well. Always that last day. Never underestimate the last day of a half.
Yeah, the classical last day FOMO.
Literal make or break. In the case of the Rancor, I watched it break as it was losing backers. That's so sad. Do we have anything else to talk about? I mean, we got streams. I'm going to do my PSA for streams. That's what we're gonna do.
Speaking of streams, Kels, what do you do tomorrow?
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Well, I stream King of Fighters 15 with Soundout here. 4 p.m. Eastern. Twitch.tv/FighterCows.
I also appear there once a blue moon. I might not appear tomorrow because I had some work to do art wise, so probably can't play the game tomorrow with you guys. So,
hey,
but maybe next week.
We'll always have you when we can have you. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so what else you got, Ryan?
Follow me at Darko643 on YouTube, Twitter. I do art commissions on you see this right channel. If you want any, feel free to redeem me on Twitter or send Discord protocol in the link in the description below.
There will be videos this week. There will be a video on Wednesday. It's a review of a new item. It'll be fun to look at. And then there will be no video Friday because we're streaming Thursday and Friday. So Thursday, the 12th at 5 p.m. Eastern, which is 2 p.m. Pacific. Sorry, had a little gas pocket trying to escape. Marvel's The Capcom Collection comes out Thursday, so we're streaming that. No, I don't know how long we're going to stream for. We're just going to kind of go for a couple hours. It'll be a good time. We'll go through all the games and stuff. Just a little launch party. And then on Friday at noon Eastern or 9 a.m. Pacific, we will react to Hasbro PulseCon Live. And it'll last as long as PulseCon lasts. So, yeah, that's right, Muteki. Yeah, the digital for MVC comes out Thursday. The physical will come out in November. I'm buying both, but, you know, I'm buying one on Thursday, and then I'll buy one in November. But anyways, that's our streams for the rest of this week. So, guys, come join us. It'll be fun. It's triple stream week, quadruple stream week when you include Kaus's stream that I'm going to be on, quintuple stream week if PulseCon's done and I'm joining Kaus on Friday.
Yeah, for
Fight Game.
Yep.
Lots of stuff this week. It's gonna be a good time. So
yeah, what how tired I'm gonna be at the end of this week.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be exhausted.
And you too.
I'm gonna try to get some videos done so that next week I don't have to work as hard. It'll just be like I'm gonna take some time.
Everything is just IRL errands.
Yeah.
For you, it's like
lots of stuff. YouTube is trying to let me verify that this is me accessing my account because I've been having that issue today. You guys get that sometimes? And they're like, "Is this you?"
Yep. Yeah, it's me, bro.
Sometimes. Well, not on YouTube, but other accounts.
Yeah, it's like are you trying to change your settings? I'm like, no, I just wanted to access the page to end the stream. Now I got to do this, so we're just going to sit right here. Wait for me to verify my account so I can end the stream. Okay, there we go. We will see you guys hopefully Thursday, hopefully Friday. If you miss those, the VODs will be up, of course. And if not, we'll see you back here next Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel, probably with some Batman to talk about. So we will see you guys next time.